everybody. My name is Frankie McDonald. You're listening to SimpCast with Chrissie Mayr. I'm Frankie McDonald.
Isso aqui é bom para as costas, bom para isso aqui, ó, pescoço. Você tem que ficar firme, firme, firme.
Aqui, chinamo kikirani, tsai shavakirani, tsai makikirani. I want my winner, I want my winner.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby.
Hi, I'm Ali, I'm an English teacher, a dialect coach, and today I'm going to show you exactly what actors do perfectly and terribly when they try to do a British accent. Let's rate some accents.
My kink is British accents. Oh, is that all right?
Cheerio, cut!
Yeah, right then. Bush out, cheerio.
You're really attracted to this.
Right. Oh, bloody hell.
I had to look up where she grew up and went to school because I genuinely don't know why she's so good. She's not trying to sound perfect.
Caller, this call is for Ayala.
Hi.
So.
Hey, do you remember me?
Who's this?
Nick?
No.
Last name Gers.
Nick Gers. I don't know names. I don't even remember my mom's name.
Say it again.
If you even tell me my mom, I wouldn't remember her name. Like, I'm really bad with names. How do you look?
When you say my name again, I don't even know if you heard me right.
Nick Gers.
Thank you.
Why? Why do you have to call in like that? Why do you have to call in like that? That's not a good caller. It's a horrible, horrible caller. I'm going to play you a little song.
Nick Gers! Oh, Nick.
The Star Wars Lego set Death Star. But can you chug a sparkling water and not burp? Oh my gosh. What do I do?
What's up, Vivek? Whoa!
Look at this. What's up, guys?
I was craving a Slurpee.
Can I get my change back correctly?
You know, we'll
You would kick Lila's ass, is what you're saying?
Well, no.
I mean, you're friends with Lila, but I'm saying you see her on the street.
Let me punch you one time.
Yeah, punch him one
Do
time.
it.
Lila, come here and punch him.
Let's do it.
Punch him.
Just one time in the head.
No, just in the arm. Let's see. One good punch.
Just one good punch. We'll see if
Okay.
we'll see if he really is going to be a man of his word.
Wait,
Don't
can
worry
I
about
punch your arm?
it. You can punch his face.
Oh my
Punch him again! Punch him again! The other one, oh my god, he likes it.
hard.
He likes it. This is weird. He likes it.
my ring.
This is weird.
Thank you.
This is weird. He likes it.
She got a
my
hell of a
God.
punch. She got a hell of a punch.
And then should I show my thighs, or do you think we'll get terms of service? Should I show the injuries that Lila gave me?
It's a little graphic.
Yeah, maybe I won't. It is like my inner thigh.
Just describe it.
I have.
Lila.
It stung.
Oh no! Can I punch him?
Yo, come here and punch. Everybody can punch Darius. This is what we pay him to do, to punch him.
So fun.
Punch him as hard. She's pregnant, so she's gonna have a lot
Yeah,
of power.
I'm punching for 2.
She's punching for 2. Okay.
Careful. Okay.
Darius is an Xboxer.
Now-
What shoulder do you want, Darius?
I don't. This doesn't even
The
feel.
belly. You want to punch him in the belly?
Oh no!
Yes, because you're pregnant.
No, I feel like it's bad karma if I punch
No.
someone else.
Punch him. Punch him. Just one punch. He's got a strong gut.
Can't do it. He's like a mall Santa. Punch him in the hole in his heart.
Keanu, do you want to punch him? Can you punch him?
I'll try. I don't think I can do it.
Keanu, punch him hard in the stomach. He's tough.
It was different sitting there. I don't want to even approach him.
Yes, you're going to be fine. Just
Okay,
punch him.
I'll do your arm. All right. I'm not strong. Lila, that was shocking.
That was really good, Lila. As hard as you can.
Ooh, that was his forearm. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I feel terrible. Feels like a hate crime. I didn't like it at all.
Like that. It's supposed to feel like that a little bit.
Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to SimpCast. It is Sunday, January 28th. Hope everybody has had an awesome week. Or is this the beginning of the week? I don't know. Some people start their week on Sunday. Some people start it on Monday. We'll consider this the beginning of the week. Hello, hello. It's great to be back from Dallas. I had my final trip, my final plane trip. And now I have to be a land whale. I have to be land-based for the next 3 months, but it was a banger. We had an absolute great time out there in Dallas, me and Keanu and Lila, who you will be seeing on the show. They're going to pop on in a little bit. You might be thinking, oh my God, Chrissy, have I missed out on the opportunity to see you live as a pregnant woman? No, you have not. There is one more chance to see me doing stand-up as a knocked up woman. And that is next month, Saturday, February 24th. I'll be headlining in Morris Plains, New Jersey, 8:30 show. This is at Tiff's Ale House, also known as the Dojo of Comedy in Morris Plains, New Jersey. Come on out. Keanu Thompson will be there opening. Andrew Harms from the Wet Spot on Compound Media will be there. He's kind of like the mascot of my other show on Compound. It'll be great. It'll be great. And if you don't live in Jersey, well, I guess you just missed out. No, it's going to be great. I actually filmed the whole show in Dallas. We got some very professional crew to come in and taped all 4 of us. Me, Alex, Keanu, Lila. So multi-camera, the works. So I'll either put it out as a little bit of a pregnancy special, or I will have just very well done clips with my material about being pregnant. So I'm very excited to share that with you guys. Woo! We got some peeps. We got some gals already up in here. So props to the 2 of you guys for being prompt. It's Misty Winston and Brittany Venti.
Thank you. Hello.
Thanks. I love this. We're all still in like dark, wintry colors. Brittany, I was just in Texas. I expected balmy, tropical Texas weather, and I was met with basically the same crappy weather that we have here in New York. It was just maybe a few degrees warmer. It rained the whole time we were there. It was overcast. It was just lousy weather.
Yeah, it's that same culture shock you get when you go to New York, but then everything closes at 10 and they're like, oh, it's the city that never sleeps. Yeah, unless you want to go to a bar. That's the only thing that's open. Or maybe a bodega for some snacks.
Yeah. I know. Frank was like, oh, just go to a Buc-ee's. Like, the Buc-ee's are not like Starbucks or Dunkin'. There's not one on every corner. The nearest Buc-ee's was like a 30-minute drive. And in this trip, I had not rented a car. But you know what? I've decided I'm no longer not going to rent a car again. Like, it's
it the hip hop podcast Uber?
Oh my God. Oh my God, you guys. Misty, I have to play this. I was gonna talk about it. I consider myself to be a relatively low maintenance chick. I don't feel like I have very high standards. I've lived with a lot of roommates over my adult years, living in Queens and Brooklyn. Like, I feel like I can kind of handle a lot, and I don't expect much. As long as I get to a place safely, I don't really care what happens as far as Uber drivers go. But I decided that my standards have changed for what makes a good Uber or Lyft driver. It used to be being a good driver, but now that's changed. Now my number one quality in a driver is complete and utter silence. I don't want chit chat. I do not want to answer. I will never tell you that I do stand up, because the questions that come after that are all just the worst. And it's just horrible. I thought it couldn't get any worse than like a chatty Cathy driver. Oh no, this was me and Keanu. We took a Lyft on a whim. This was Friday. It was kind of like our only really free day in Dallas, and it was after dinner, maybe around like 10:30. So we're like, you know what? Let's go see our good friend Joe DeVito. He is also performing in Hyenas, which is the club that we were at on Thursday. We're like, let's go see him. And so we get in this lift, and like not to be racially swayed, okay, but let's just say the car rolled up and I already had my judgments made about driver and how this lift experience was gonna go. I was like, all right, judgment logged. Let's see. This woman could surprise us all because she didn't seem happy. You usually go, oh, hi, Chrissy, hi, Keanu, whoever's name the reservation is under. Oftentimes Uber will be like, give me your 4 number code or whatever. And they help you with your bags or whatever. But this was like, there was no hello out of this woman. It was not a friendly, it was no greeting, not friendly at all. And we get in the car and there is a podcast going at full volume, a hip hop podcast. And we thought, oh, okay, she's having me time. As soon as we sit down, surely she'll turn it off. No, she did not turn it off. And she maybe only turned it down 5% after Keanu and I started talking to each other. So I'm just going to play a snippet. I hope this can translate.
And didn't even know. So just my clarification, because I didn't know this. If you use a line from somebody else's song, you have to pay them for that? Yes.
Keanu's face.
Like I said, because that's common in rap. All the time, people do that. They take lines all the time.
You may have, like, again, depending on how long it is and so on, you may have some variations, like, or you may have people that would say, you can use that or whatever, like. But yeah, generally, is it
coming across how fucking loud this is? Maybe it's not.
I don't know.
I think
it seems pretty loud.
Yeah, it's very bassy. I guess they're celebrating Black History Month early this year.
And Keanu's saying, like, she's trying to stage whisper, like, oh, is it a little loud? Thinking that this woman will hear the stage whisper and then be like, oh my God, what was I thinking?
Her face was funny.
Did you guys try speaking louder and like competing?
No, we're afraid for our freaking lives.
I can't stay for this racism. You're afraid for your lives?
I don't know. No, you don't want to. Okay. Venti, I don't mean afraid for my life. Like, she's going to run us off the road. But, we were not, the impression we got was not one of customer service and like, how can I make your ride more comfortable? I get very anti-confrontational. Unless I'm on stage with a microphone, I generally just try to not piss people off. Unless there's someone's yelling at me about a mask or some bullshit like that.
Yeah.
Or like the COVID stuff. And I'm sure I'll get very confrontational when it comes time for the vaccine conversation with my OBGYN. But like Ubers, I'm like, I just want to lay low and get to my place in 20 minutes. Like, it's not worth and it was raining and she's driving kind of fast. And I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want to.
Well, it's Texas. They all drive fast. Like, the speed limit here is 70 and they all go 90.
Everyone drives so fast, and it was in the rain too. I just kept,
and they tailgate.
I don't know if it's because I'm pregnant. I'm like really
paranoid,
into a puss and paranoid. But I envision horrible scenarios all the time. I envision being driven off the road. I envision people slamming into us. I envision just being shot. I imagine constantly horrible, violent things happening to me and my friends all the time. And
I do that too.
I have something that kind of helps that. It's kind of like woo-woo though, but I feel like
I love woo-woo.
It's bullshit, but I believe it. Okay. So, and it'd be best for your sake too if you also believed it. So you should like imagine like a white aura around the vehicle you're in. Like,
I love that.
Kind of like a divine energy around the vehicle, and that you and everyone in the car is also like shrouded with that light. That's what I do, and that's therapeutic for me. Yeah,
like we're all bubble boys.
Even if it doesn't actually keep you safe, I think it makes you just feel better. So it's good there.
Yeah,
that's good enough.
Because
it's bullshit, but I believe it. So
every flight, I pray. Like,
I hate flying. Oh, I hate
always.
Hate it.
I have like basically the same prayer at this point every time, and I really do kind of, because I think like if it's really God's plan for us all to die in a plane crash, like, I really shouldn't sweat it, like it's already kind of written. And if, you have to kind of just give up control. But I really do imagine God's sort of hands like gliding the plane safely down. I do a lot of,
It helps if you look into the mechanics of it, because planes don't normally like just fall out of the sky. It's not really, it'd be a very specific circumstance for that to happen. Basically never happens. Most of the accidents, like almost 90% or something, you could look up the statistic, but it's like an overwhelming amount of them happen within the first few minutes of taking off and the last few minutes of landing. So I don't know if that helps you or makes it worse if you're gonna be more anxious in those minutes, but for me that helps. I'm like, okay, we're past that point now, we're good.
I knew that, Venti, that the majority of plane crashes happen on takeoff and at landing.
It's like car accidents. They happen most frequently like 5 miles within your home, within your house, like 5 miles from your house. Because I think you let your guard down when you're driving, when you're closer to home. Maybe, I don't know, but they say that it's you're more likely to wreck when you're closer to your house,
which is nice because at least they'll be able to find your remains. And
I thought
can get some closure.
I thought once, I was like, if the plane was crashing, should I stream it?
You should,
like, because I've seen someone do that before, and
I've
it
seen
like
people
they
do
filmed the
that.
whole thing and they all died, and it was like in flames. You could hear the like screams and the burning from the plane landing. It just goes,
that's terrible,
and everything. It looks like hell visually.
Yeah, that's terrible. I can't. That's like terrible way to die. Oh,
yeah, it is.
Because it takes so long. You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna die for a while. Oh, hello, Keanu.
Hi, darlings. How are you?
I was talking about our Lyft. Let me make this. Let's just definition.
Lyft. I'm surprised we didn't get
Lyft is fucking ratchet in Texas. Can we say that? In New York, there's virtually no difference between Ubers and Lyfts. I think most Uber drivers, like Uber, I think is a higher. And if there's any Uber or Lyft drivers in the chat, please fact check me on on I think that Uber has a higher quality. There's a higher bar to drive for Lyft than for Uber than there is for Lyft. And in New York, most of them do both, so they're already good and at that level. But in Texas, I think some just do Lyft. We had a guy pick us up who couldn't put my luggage in his trunk because someone slammed into the back of him.
Our first driver didn't even have shoes on. He walked out in his socks.
But that was kind of endearing because
wait, that was Uber, wasn't it? They're all corrupt there.
He came out in the socks and he put our luggage in the back because he said
right.
So you thought it was the airport, and he walked out without shoes on.
Yeah, he said you're lucky you're females. I don't even come out the car if it's men. And I was like, well, yeah.
I hope you didn't tip him.
Was
that Uber or Lyft?
Actually, the shoeless man was one of the better drivers we had. The one with the crunched up back was bad. The one who had a crunched up hood that made me nervous. Obviously, the very
the hip hop
podcast
connoisseur, right?
Yeah.
They just didn't want us to hip hop over a median. That was my only request. She seemed distracted, and when you see a McDonald's cup, and I would do this maybe in my younger days, a big giant McDonald's cup. She's playing something really loudly. I was like, that thing is filled with a Four Loko. I just know it. And then she kind of veered off into the thing that makes you not.
She
fall
almost
asleep.
missed a turn. It was like she almost missed a fucking like.
It was that thing. No bueno.
And I don't want to make racial jumping to conclusions here.
It wasn't because she was black. It was just because she sucked. She just was no. Yeah, I mean,
it was very loud though. Like, I would be annoyed if I got in and somebody was blasting a fucking podcast at full volume. That's annoying.
Yeah, and we're such chicks. We're like, I'm like, and I did change the location last minute to 20 minutes further. I thought maybe we were like, well, maybe she's just frustrated. Like, we don't want to bother you.
No, if it's a longer drive, it's more money.
More
for
money.
Her.
Yeah, you would think.
Well, not when you're wasted from a McDonald's cup. I'm not accusing her. I'm just teasing.
She hated us immediately, and I just tried
maybe
to
she didn't. Maybe
quiet.
she just has no scruples. I don't know, but
because let me tell you what happens in New York City when I get Ubers. Like usually after Compound to go back to the train station, is it's an Indian guy who picks you up, and he already has white girl music or what he thinks you would like playing in the car when he picks me up. It's like No Doubt is already playing, and I'm like, you know what? Thank you for looking at my photo and racially profiling me and setting the radio to something you think I would like. I appreciate that.
What is that called? Like benevolent racism, like kind racism.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I heard a story like that. There was somebody on TikTok saying that their driver, they went to a store and the person running the store saw they were like in an Asian country and they saw that they were black. So then when the black guy enters the store, the Asian owners start playing hip hop music on the speakers.
Oh my God.
Even
when they
black
do
guy
it.
spoke the language and like didn't care for hip hop.
When the Israel Palestine stuff started popping off, and I still barely understand it. I don't want to understand it. It's like there's just so much else going on. I just my mental dance card is full. But anyway, when that first happened, I would always wear this. I had this leopard like rain jacket that I wore one Monday into Wet Spot. And I swear to God, and Fieldy's in the chat, he can confirm this. Like I had an Uber driver, like he saw me, and then because I look very Jewish in this leopard raincoat, because a lot of the Jewish women in New York City wear a lot of animal prints. His name was Muhammad. He took one look at me and he was like, nope, canceled, but then still sat in front of Sullivan's. I'm like, I see you, Muhammad. I'm right here. And then I tried to get another Lyft drive, and it was fucking Muhammad again. And he canceled me. And I was like, I am being not only racially profiled, but incorrectly racially profiled here. And I was like, at least judge me for my actual people. Like,
right. You're like, I'm Norwegian.
Judge me. Yes, at least judge me for my possibly Nazi grandfather, not this other shit that has nothing to do with me.
Well, you could be flattered though. It's like, oh my God, you think I'm a Jap? Thank you.
No, I was like,
you think I'm rich?
I know. I was like, it looks like I'm doing well, I guess. Fucking Muhammad. Ugh.
Damn it, Muhammad.
So it was a very exciting flight. Yeah, Keanu went with me. I do the pat downs because I don't go through the radiation machine. Ever since my mom died of brain cancer, I was like, let me just cut down on as much unnecessary radiation as I possibly can, even if it's fractional, even if it's like infinitesimal. I'm like, I'd rather just get the physical touch in. That's my love language anyway.
And don't you love how long they take? By the way, don't they take forever to like pat you down and like come over there?
They do. Yeah. Oh yeah. They were a lot of sweeping, and sometimes I'm like, you know what? Use the front of your hand. Go nuts. I like being touched.
And we've flown so much. We have a system. I collect your stuff, and we just throw it in the bag, and then I sneakily take photos of her getting felt up, and they go under the boobs. This time, on the way there, I got the perfect shot of them. She was just right in her taint. It was adorable.
She really put her whole hand up there.
She really did.
I want to put this on a Christmas
Look at that
card.
smile on your face. You are
I'm
really enjoying that.
Because I knew, not because I like getting felt up, but because I knew Keanu was filming and taking photos. Because last time
you were in ecstasy. Just admit it.
Yes, I was coming at this particular moment. Because the last time we flew together, Keanu, and you tried to get a picture or a video, the lady caught you and says, "Don't film this!" Like she yelled at you.
Yeah, she tackled me to the ground, and she started playing her
fun
hip-hop
zones. God, going to the airport's like going to fucking prison. No fun allowed. They scream at you to like put things in the bin, not to put things in the bin. It's not even consistent at every airport. You don't know if your laptop's going in by itself underneath something or what.
Yeah.
And then they have the audacity to tell you to like not have fun. Like, don't you dare take a photo of your friend enjoying us. Like, they want you to be miserable like them almost.
Yeah,
That's how I
rules
feel.
are kind of arbitrary. Sometimes it's like you got to take your bag or purse out of the bucket. Sometimes everything's got to be in the bucket. Sometimes you can have your shoes on and walk through the metal detector. Other times it's like take your shoes and your underpants and everything comes off your belt. So
it's just the mood of the miserable person, doing the conveyor belt. Yeah.
And
like sometimes you get somebody who's in a great fucking mood and they're just really happy and they're joking and they're laughing and they're dancing, and then you get people who are just absolute pricks.
And this was on the way back. It was
Look, she's like
very
got like a
sweet.
good squat position there. Like
Yeah.
she's like really into it.
She's like, "What's in this belly?"
It is nice to be like so pregnant that people know. I'm no longer in the like, oh, maybe she's fat.
A couple people didn't know that because you had in that felt good. They're like, would you like a drink too? You're like, with child, but my
at the
legs and arms. and head.
no. At the comedy club, the manager, who I love, Travis, was like, "We got to drink." I'm like, can I just get like a seltzer with lime? He's like, "Oh, so you mean a Truly?" And I go, I just like looked down at my stomach, looked back up at him, like, "What do you think?" I was like, "Don't tease me, Travis. You know I would love one." But this is no longer the first 7 weeks of my pregnancy, so I can't just drink whenever I feel like.
Right, exactly.
On our way
Not
there,
like my mom.
Well, we had talked on the last SimpCast that we were like, well, we had this whole scheme. We're like, we're gonna film ourselves going onto the plane. We're gonna get a good look at the pilots. We're gonna see the race and gender. Our first flight to our flight to Dallas, we were hoodwinked. We were bamboozled. The cockpit door was completely shut. We saw nothing. So we're going.
Sealed.
We were anxious until the announcement finally came on, and we're like, "Oh, okay, it's definitely a man." And we're listening. Okay, he sounds like he's from the middle of the country. I'm like, he sounds Midwestern. I think we're in the clear here. So that was soothing to us. Although on the way back, our flight was like more than an hour and a half delayed. We're all ready to go, and then the guy's like, "Oh shit, we just got the plane out of the hangar and we forgot the plane safety pamphlets."
And which no one reads those things. But what's alarming to me
Hi,
is
Ashton.
Hi, Ashton. Hi, pretty.
Hello, pretty girl. We're just
You don't
talking
want the
about our
airplane, I guess, that they just dragged out of the hangar. Like, well, it's been 20 years, but we just got this one out. It just seemed odd.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was like, did the plane have time to like be fully bolted? And they forgot the safety pamphlets, the ones, that go in the back of the seat that no one ever looks at. Okay. You know how you can get people to look at the safety pamphlets? Put the fucking drinks on there. Okay. Put the drink menu on there. Then people will give it a once over. So we turn the plane around. It takes an hour and a half just to go get the safety pamphlets and then pass them out and put them, they gave them to us and we had to put them in the chairs ourselves. It was so stupid. I was like,
Ew.
of all the
You know
things
how dirty those are?
And
turn
when
around.
she said, you never know when you might need one. And I went, wait. What? Like, that doesn't put my mind at ease. What if I was afraid of flying? Like,
I did not look, and I'm all for jokes. Me and Keanu, we embrace jokes, even
We
dark
love it.
jokes. But this was like, at least make a dark joke. Don't be like, hey, you never know when you'll need it. It's like, well, not on this flight. That's why we're not on Spirit, because we don't want to tempt fate.
They just have no bedside manner. It's odd.
No, it is odd.
Plus, they tell you in the pamphlet how to kill yourself if something happens, because they tell you to like put your. They tell you to how how they tell you to like look up an image of like the flight position, like when
you're supposed
falling
to. It's like
they tell you to do that. That breaks your neck. They want you to die so that they don't have to pay for it. Like, and pay the insurance money. How you're actually supposed to do it is put your legs up against the seat like this. So when at the impact, your legs are getting it, not your neck.
That makes sense, actually.
And yet they're like dying to get these pamphlets to you. They got to make sure that they don't pay that insurance money. That's why they were so eager to do it. It's not about safety.
Yeah. We got very lucky on the flight back because lo and behold, the door to the cockpit was wide open.
I saw this.
So we were very, very happy to see what we saw.
Last flight for the bean. Would we get a pair of wings for the baby? Wings?
Jackpot.
Yay, wings for the baby. Oh my God. Look at the
It was full of joy. Look at that.
They were both named Sully, probably. Right.
This was the moment everybody needs to see. Oh, we're coming and we're going and we're going and going. Looking. Okay, Asian stewardess with a mask for some reason still. Okay, that's 1 and 2. Oh, the relief. Look at Keanu's
And gray
eyes.
hair.
I know.
So he's
Yeah.
experienced probably.
Yeah.
Look
That's
at
always a
that.
good
We're just
sign.
like, that's
Oh my
like,
God.
everything's gonna be okay, girls. We got 2 wrinkly white elbows.
Yeah, that's what you want to see.
Even if they just had like a cardboard cutout of 2 white male pilots that they put up, like,
Wait, what?
I don't know. It just puts me at ease. I'm wondering if, because I tagged American Air on this. I'm like, thank you guys. Thank you for the white male pilots. I feel
Why
so
does it
calm.
matter if they're white males?
No, I don't mind if they're. I don't care about
Wait,
race. I would be terrified of a woman. Really. Black, white, brown. I don't care what you are. I almost said. There's a little something there.
Is
but
there
I
like
just-
a joke I'm missing? Like I don't understand.
The joke.
Is
You
it because
mean
women
DEI?
drive?
You mean the
planes
thing
have been
that's
falling
going on
apart.
for
Doors
years?
have been falling off.
Because of women?
No, I
No,
think
it's not because of women.
It's because
It's
of
'cause
the
of the
DEI
crappy
requirements
planes.
that they're forcing into the airlines. Like they're literally lowering the standards of aviation and of
DEI
pilot
stuff.
school
Wait, but
to
I
be
don't
more
understand the
inclusive.
I don't understand the joke with the pilots though, because the pilots don't make the planes.
Well,
oh my God.
Yes.
The
but
people
no,
check on the planes, though, Ashton. The people are the ones in charge of doing maintenance, of flying the plane, of doing air
In
traffic
general.
control. Yeah.
Well, also, you have to realize those 2 white old men that were flying us forgot the goddamn safety pamphlets in
Right.
the hangar. So, I mean, really, no one's perfect. Actually, flying is just terrifying, and whoever the fuck is up there, they need to have a little bedside manner if we're crashing. That's
So
all I
nobody's
care
good at
about.
flying. We're all just doomed if you get into an airplane.
I think the pamphlets falls on the responsibility of the stewardesses. That's just
Probably.
me, because I was literally a land stewardess, aka an assistant. And if I'm just taking what I learned from the office and putting it into the air, the flight attendants are the assistants in the air. They're the
Well, where could they have been stored? Why did we have to
That's,
go
I
back
think,
to
it's
the
their job to
hangar
check.
to get them? Like, how old was this plane?
Yeah.
That they just dragged it out of the corner of the airplane closet.
Maybe they got updated ones and they needed
Yeah,
to
because all the planes are
Maybe.
falling apart. They got new ones.
I don't know.
It's possible. They did seem like brand new pamphlets, like shiny, no
did, they did.
fingerprints.
Maybe they
didn't
just got
smell,
new ones and they just
Had-
forgot to put the new ones out.
had no
Just wonder
food.
why we had to
And
move
now,
the plane.
and now I've offended Ashton because I'm of my racist and misogynist.
Well, I've heard that
views
you're
on
like
pilots.
the most racist person on Twitter. That's what I keep being told. You're so racist.
Oh my
Chrissie.
God. I think when you're flying, like, and we don't even, there are comics who are flying every single weekend somewhere on the road. I think since September, I've taken 12 flights, and everyone's heard about the DEI shit that's been happening. And it's not just an idea. It's like the requirements are literally being lowered. The stakes are being lowered to be more inclusive, just like what we see happening in the schools, in higher ed. It's all over. So I feel at ease seeing a white dude behind the wheel of my plane. Not everyone has to feel that way. And again, if I saw a black dude, I'd be like, great, that's my second choice. Okay.
Denzel Washington in the movie Flight, he saved all but like 2 of those people from that plane crash, and he was even an alcoholic. Snakes on a plane. They'll get the snakes off the plane. I don't know if that was a pilot. Right.
He
I
did.
mean,
He did
I have
a
no
great job.
problem with the race. It's just, and I am, women can do anything. That is me 100%.
But
I
should
know
they?
myself, and
No.
I would be very nervous flying a plane. I feel like, I'd be like, all right, girlfriend, you got this. Because, unless it were, what's the strongest? Michelle Obama could probably fly a plane, right?
Right, because she has a penis.
Exactly.
Yeah. For sure.
Oh,
This is my
shit.
idea. Nobody
I was
steal it
hoping.
from me. It's gonna get to a point where we have to have a whole airline dedicated with only white.
I
male
honestly think
pilots.
that this is like, I don't think it makes you racist, and I think that it's the natural conclusion of DEI. I think when, like, I mean, y'all, when you start lowering the standards of a position like airline pilots, I think that people have a right to be slightly concerned about that. When people are getting jobs not based on qualifications in any position, we're seeing that with various different industries. It's not just airlines, but that's a big one.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's terrible.
We see it happening everywhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're all welcome to fly White Flight Airlines. It should be up and running.
Oh,
by
Chrissy, is this your
2025.
airline?
This is
That
my
is a
airline.
concern, though. Like, if they're so focused on like the race or like gender of the person, they're not really looking into the skill set that they're having to actually work these. You know, it's probably why Hollywood sucks now. Like, why all the scripts are terrible, because they're hiring based on like not their merit and their skill set, but because of like how they look.
Diversity hires.
And of course, there were black pilots before the DEI initiative. Of course, there were female pilots and air
No, there
traffic
weren't.
before all this. There
Women
were
never
some.
flew planes.
There
women
were some.
actually.
Amelia
No, there
Earhart.
weren't.
Nobody
Women
fucking
don't even go on
cared.
planes. In fact, you know what?
Nobody
I
cared
think
before.
honestly, women they have never even knew what a plane was until this initiative. So this needed to happen.
I think you're trying to be funny, but
I'm
no one.
trying, I
It's
can't.
only until they were like, we are going to specifically hire people for their genitals and skill color and not for their skill set, that people started to get upset and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
that's not racist at all.
No,
You know what they should do? Part of the interview process is have them actually fly the plane.
Yes, have them fly to the interview, and if you can get there without dying, well,
You're
guess what? You've
hired.
got a shot. Yeah.
Wait, what is the interview process?
I have no idea.
They obviously can't waste that much money just interviewing all of these pilots, like taking a little.
Brittany,
trip
would
on an
you like to
airplane.
go undercover to see if you could become a pilot?
Sure.
Do you think Amelia Earhart was like just an inside job? Like, do you think it was faked? Do you think Amelia Earhart ever actually existed?
Yeah,
right?
Let's see. Who do
I
I
haven't
think
thought
is
that
kind of-
hard about it.
Who did I think was a
Well, you know, like
fraud?
but actually, seriously, you know Amelia Earhart. So when she was like flying around like the world before anyone really, like, she was trying to be the first woman to ever do it. They actually found an island, and they found like a bunch of like old like 1930s makeup that like they believe might have belonged to her, and I think that was the crash site of Amelia Earhart. I was like watching it on like the History Channel like 2 days ago about it, but they think they found her plane crash or her crash site.
Who's that woman? There is a woman that I think might have been faking it. And
Oh, it was
she's
the
very
deaf
famous.
chick.
She's like mute and deaf.
Yeah, it was what's her
Who
face?
her name?
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller.
Keller.
They
I
claim
think
she
she's
flew a
a fake.
plane. They claim this blind and deaf girl, this like mentally challenged blind and deaf girl flew a plane. I'm sorry, but if you're blind, you
mentally
can't
challenged, she just
drive.
couldn't communicate. But
I honestly
she
think so this is my theory about Helen Keller. I think like the teacher the parents hired, because Helen Keller came from a really well-off family who had lots of money. And I think what happened was the teacher was trying to con the parents into making them think like they were making their daughter into a genius or something. And so she claimed, look, I'm fixing your daughter. Give me tons of money. And like basically like Helen Keller. I honestly think like a lot of the stuff they claim Helen Keller did is just a lie.
Yeah,
I
and
really
her
do.
politics happen to perfectly align with her teachers, and she's writing full-on speeches, doing better academically than other people. It's like, how come no other person in history was able to replicate that was blind and deaf? It's very suspicious. Magically has all these political opinions. Like, you can only go so fast if you're going like this to spell things out, and yet her teacher is acting like she's making all these political speeches and complex things. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't buy it.
That or the parents were in on it because they wanted their kid to be famous.
Yep.
Like,
think about it. Like, instead of like what happened to like Gypsy Rose,
another one.
where
I was gonna say
mom
1,000 by proxy.
right, where the mom pretended like Gypsy Rose was super sick and got all this money from the government and made her famous. Helen Keller's parents pretended she was some sort of genius, even though she was blind and deaf and mentally challenged. Like where she got cured. They were like basically in on it to like get publicity or something. Or maybe the teacher was just, I don't know. A lot of the stuff around Helen Keller really bugs me because it just doesn't add up or make sense.
I would have to read it, but are you saying, well, what is it that they said pretend you're blind when she realized like, oh, this is what sight
No,
is?
I think she was blind. I think she was blind.
No, it's the
and
teacher.
deaf.
The teacher's the scam artist.
I think
She's
she
the one
was
who's
blind
running
and
her
deaf.
politics on Helen Keller and using her as a means to do that.
So what you're saying then is that Helen Keller was in fact deaf, dumb, and blind, but her teacher was pretending
Yes.
she was more intelligent in order to make herself
No,
seem as
her
if she was helping
teacher was
her.
pretending
Got
to
it.
like fix her essentially. So
Right.
she was trying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's
But
trying
I-
to get more customers.
I
Can't fix
would have believed
stupid.
it.
Just
I
kidding.
would have believed it if they never said she tried to fly a plane or she flew a plane. That to me is the most ridiculous.
Yeah, start
statement.
small. Just say she can tie her shoes by herself. I'd be like, wow.
Right.
You fucking did it.
Never been
Brings us
replicated either.
to
Never
our
seen
next
another deaf and
subject.
blind person.
Because living in
Stevie
the
Wonder.
idea of like someone going blind, the idea of them even flying a plane, let alone a car, because I'm going blind in this eye, and they're already talking about like taking my license away just because I'm having blurry vision in one eye.
Right.
So like if you're fully blind, you're not flying a plane. You're just
If
not
you're
doing
blind
that.
and deaf, you don't know what life is. You don't even know what you are,
do you even
let
learn how to
alone
fly a
can.
I don't think
fly a
that's necessarily
plane.
true.
Well, you
But-
have, you have a sense of things, but if those two things you essentially need, or you're not gonna be
I
able to
don't-
register what an airplane is if you're blind and deaf, right?
And have been since birth, and you've never seen an airplane. You've never, I
Right.
don't, I'm not, you would have no concept of that.
I
I'm
don't
gonna play
think
this
that's
very famous
necessarily
clip of
true.
Stevie Wonder. I want you guys to tell me. I'm sure most of you have seen this.
People
but
are
tell
claiming he's
me,
not really
this-
blind.
This is the proof because
Oh,
it
no.
falls and he catches the microphone. Stevie Wonder.
Maybe he had like spidey senses or something.
Yeah, to be fair, blind people do develop like really hyper.
I don't
You're
think that's what
saying
happened.
that
I think that he's blind.
He looks like he's
how blind
dancing
he
or
is.
something too.
Yeah, it
his
kind of
arm.
just he puts his arm out and it kind of lands on it. I don't think he necessarily catches it.
Yeah.
He
It
puts
also
his
looks
arm out.
like
blind.
it also looks like it falls on someone else, and then like it falls onto him, and then he
No,
catches
he
it.
reaches for it before it falls on him.
Are we sure he's reaching for the microphone though?
I
I
think
don't
he could
know.
probably just sense that somebody was running by him, and then because he's
Yeah,
blind, he's like
maybe.
Daredevil, and then
I
Well,
think
that's,
he
yeah,
has
because
spidey
when you're
senses.
blind, your other senses certainly become more elevated. There's no question about that. You
he
become
can smell you from across the room.
Yes,
That's true.
That is true.
However, I think it's more likely that he's just not 100% blind because most people that are legally blind aren't 100% blind. They usually have like
maybe
even if it's the tiniest bit of vision.
Shadows and
My
stuff.
grandpa was, I mean, he was blind completely. Well, but he could see, he could sense things or even see like cars. He's like, look, watch out for those cars over there. Maybe that was just him, because he went blind, but you can sort of sense things or see some light. Unless you're born like that, I feel like, and it's like pitch black. If you go blind, did he go blind or was he born blind, Stevie?
I think he was born blind, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So he might have a little bit of vision. You can see. My grandpa said it was like seeing maybe shadows a little bit sometimes. So.
Yeah. Have
Was
you guys
not
seen the
born
TikTok
blind.
of the girl that was blind since birth, and then she recently, in the past like couple of years, gained her vision back? And it was really interesting to hear her talk about it. She was talking about how she didn't know how she looked, so like when she walked past mirrors, it was like a jump scare for a while, and she had no idea that she would look like that. She thought she looked completely different. And she's just going through all these things that are like surprising to her as someone who gained vision from never having vision before.
I bet
her
that's
whole life.
wild.
That would be
Yeah.
so weird.
That's
It's like
probably
that commercial,
wild.
like with the cochlear implant. It always makes me laugh. And the
Is
little
it
kid
this,
looks
Fenty?
over out the window, and he's like, she goes,
scroll
"You
down.
heard the rain." What is it? Formerly legally blind woman sharing.
Scroll down. I can't see her face. Yeah, I think it's her. She has a
She's
TikTok.
not bad looking.
She's
That's
cute,
Lucky
yeah.
she looked like that. My God.
Mhm.
yeah. She's like, oh my god,
She's
I
lucky.
didn't know I was hot.
Yeah, that's her. That's her.
She reminds me of somebody. Who?
Anyway, keep the questions coming in the comments, and I will answer them as soon as I can.
Wait a minute.
How do you just gain your
I was
vision
blind from
after
birth
years
until
and
just a
years?
few
So
years
funny.
ago, and I'm answering some questions.
She
what
doesn't look
shocked
like
me
she
the
was ever
most when I got
blind.
my eyesight, I have to actually say I did. What I looked like, I had no idea what
She
I
had no
looked
idea what
like.
she looked
So
like?
I would go
Wow.
into stores with those mirrors on the wall, and I
You
saw
know what's probably the
myself, and I
best
actually
part
said
of
hello
not
to
knowing what
myself
you look
because I
like?
thought I
You're
was a
not
different
tempted
person.
to like
and
get too
like,
many
I had
fillers
a
and get
complete
too much
identity
work done
crisis
to your face? Because
I-
I say this all the time, and we'll get to it with one of our other topics, which involves what's her name, Moriarty from The Boys, Erin
Erin,
Moriarty.
yeah.
People are like, oh, she had too much
So are we
work
going to
done.
talk about plastic surgery? Because I got something to bring up.
But it happens when
Broke my heart.
women or men, if you just spend too much fucking time looking at yourself,
Yeah.
you gotta step away from the mirror because you will find
The
stuff that you think
imperfections.
needs to be fixed.
Well,
and you
especially
just gotta
Hollywood,
walk
man.
away.
That's brutal.
Yeah, you save a lot more money.
They eat people alive. Yeah.
Narcissus drowned in the river from looking at his own reflection.
Yeah.
Narcissus? Oh,
It's-
right.
That's a narcissist. Yeah.
He
well, I don't
invented
know.
narcissism, right?
Yeah, that well, he would. That's his name. That's why they call it that. But if I didn't know what I looked like, then wouldn't you just eat whatever the fuck you wanted all day long?
No, you
still wanna be
wouldn't dress
healthy.
you wouldn't dress a certain way, and you wouldn't worry about makeup and probably stuff with your hair as much.
Yeah.
Likely,
I could see that.
I wouldn't do Botox in my forehead.
yeah,
You
it'd
know,
be so
my
much
name done.
cheaper to not have to worry
It
about
would be
that.
cheaper. It would be like being a man. You know how much money you would save?
I kind
just
of
on
want to
your
get
physical
Botox.
appearance?
I think that'd be
Yeah,
nice.
definitely do it. I highly recommend it.
It depends
Just
on what
let
you're getting.
I mean, I'm
Botox
42.
for.
I need
I've-
some probably.
You don't.
Good.
You
I
look
do.
Okay.
I do.
I love the new hair.
I don't have the.
I don't love it yet, but it'll get there.
I love it. Ooh.
It's just a little
Very
brassy
good.
still. For going from really dark to light is a process.
Yes, it is.
It's a process.
It is a process. I'm going to bring this up. I tried to have Mr. Royce come on and talk about this because he was the one who apparently first ever blew this up. This Erin Moriarty got too much work done on her face thing, but he was busy tonight. So this was something that has been trending for a while. Erin Moriarty, because she's from The Boys, she plays Starlight, I think. Stardust.
Yep, Starlight.
Yeah, she's from The Boys. And now she's leaving social media after receiving torrents of abuse following Megyn Kelly falsely claiming that she has had plastic surgery. You've broken my heart. You've lost the privilege of this account, so you can believe whatever you want, but there's no excuse for these horrific allegations, the verbal abuse that I have had to delete. So let me see. Do they have a picture of her recently?
this-
There's one. I think that it's side by side. It's like everyone's
I'm
like, what did
sorry.
she do to her face?
She sounds like a little bitch. Like, oh, you guys are being mean. I'm gonna leave. Everyone, look, I'm gonna leave. It's like when someone in chat is like unsubscribed. It's like, oh my god, everyone, did you know this random viewer unsubscribed?
Yeah.
Now, do you all think that she did get plastic surgery? Because
Yeah.
I don't. I think she got buccal surgery, but I actually don't think she got a nose job based on.
I think she got
the makeup.
technical procedures that don't classify as technical work done, so that's why
Yeah.
she's saying that
the both
possibly.
stuff, like that really fucks up your face. Like it makes you look weird.
Everybody,
It
whether you,
depends.
even every man, even
Look at that.
like
She
on
looks
the-
weird. Like
Yeah.
she looks so
Ooh.
cute with like. I mean,
Yeah.
she's not like chubby or doesn't have a chubby face, but she just looks like very fresh faced and cute. And now
she's
she
just
looks.
filled with fillers, and yeah, everybody in
I
LA
think-
has a nose job. Literally everyone.
Yeah.
Also, she's got a lot of contouring going on.
There's a lot of contouring and a lot of highlighting.
Yeah, tons of highlighting, and she definitely had not lip filler. It's just a little shit. It's just a little shot that goes into your lips, and it just plumps them up a little bit.
I think
It'll
she
go away.
overlined too.
I think
that's
she
probably-
overlined in this, to be
Yeah.
honest, because
She probably got a
looking
little bit
really
of filler,
close.
but I think she's also like just overlined.
That's the
kind of-
Kardashian lip.
yeah.
It's definitely filled with collagen, and
Yeah.
she's probably like everybody else in LA, filled with Ozempic, shooting it up every day.
Well, she did
Yeah.
lose 10 pounds according to that.
Yeah, but it's nothing
statement.
wrong with it, but then you need
So
to do
she's
a little
only-
bit less highlight.
I mean, it's your face. Do it. Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want. But don't like if you're in
Don't get mad
Hollywood,
about
people
it.
are going to talk about you. That's part of being famous. Like you have to just be willing to let that shit go and
right.
not
She's
get-
born June of 1994, which means she's what, 29 or 30 right now? She's turning 30 this year. Do we know what age she was when she started with The Boys?
It was pre-COVID. So
Pre-COVID. So I don't know what the hell she's had done or not, but I will say, as women age, particularly white women, there is a little something. You do
get
have
gaunt
sometimes
here.
a
Yeah.
natural hollowing out of the face. And even like I heard like Nikki Glaser had this done. With some white women, this part of your head gets kind of hollowed out. And sometimes there's fillers that can go here to just help fill up your face.
White women lose a lot of
And,
collagen.
yeah.
That's a
So
real issue.
Beautiful.
part of
both
this
ways.
could be the natural sort of like snatching up of your face because you just get a little bit more defined in there. She could just be like losing this youthful kind of like chipmunk.
I don't
think
really
it's
have
fine.
more.
It's fine.
It
Like,
looks like an
gradually-
implant or like some, because she has extra mass here. Even if you were to take this away, it's going out, protruding way further.
Might just be the
out
angle of the
than where it
photo,
I think
is.
it's the angle of the photo.
Yeah,
You
'cause
don't,
she's
but she's
more
at the
face
same
on.
angle. She's 3/4.
Yeah, but it's a little bit
in both
face on
photos. She's
here.
like this.
Look at the comparison photos. The one on the left is far closer and she's younger.
Yeah.
You don't get thinner in your face at 30. You don't get like gaunter. You may a little bit. She has a shit ton of highlighter on. She definitely did have a nose job, but everyone does.
Yeah, the nose
She has
for
Botox
sure.
in her forehead. And I
think she had work
on a
done.
highlighter here, and then definitely collagen in her lips. But I don't know. And Brittany, you could be right. She may have had an implant in her cheeks, but I don't think so. The angle of her head is different on the right too. So it's just a gotcha photo. Like, look how she is, right?
Okay, but going from this to this, even when I'm sucking in my cheeks, and I have a dry face, I don't have a lot of facial fat, no matter how fat I get, and I can't even get that.
And she probably lost 10 pounds, and it's the lighting and the makeup. Definite nose job, definite plumper lips.
She could have
but that
lost
goes
weight
away.
for sure, but I
Yeah.
still think that this is a lot that's changed about her face. It's not just the makeup style. Like, yes, she has some contouring. Yes, she overlined her lips, but her lips are like, I don't know. It looks like it's lip flipped, in my opinion. You can't know for sure, but I think she had work done, especially
It's
with
what they
her-
all they all get that. They
For
all
sure
get
her
that
nose.
Kardashian
For
face.
sure.
It's
She's
just
definitely
a
had work.
shot, yeah.
But again, I don't care. Like, I don't care. It's
And
not my
the
job to
nose.
tell you what to do with your face, unless it's to the point where it is like hardcore addiction, and you're like, there's those, those people I'm talking about, where they look alien and they just can't stop. Like that, I think it requires an intervention from friends and family. But
Yeah.
like this is fine. She's
Yeah.
still cute. She's still. But again,
She looks like everybody else now.
Yeah,
She has that sort of.
that's what I don't like about it,
Mhm.
is that everybody in Hollywood looks the fucking same. Like they all look the
Yeah,
same. And it's
I
really
agree with
sad.
that.
But I
It's
just
the
like
face
do
the
what you
Kardashians
want,
invented.
but don't bitch about it when people comment when you're famous. That's when you enter into
Yeah.
being an actress and you're in Hollywood, you sign up for being criticized about your appearance. That's just the way it
Yeah.
works.
I'm surprised it took her this long to sort of crack. I mean, none of us are anywhere near the level. I mean, we're just on YouTube and doing stand up and whatever. And you get pummeled with this
All
from
the
day
time.
one. And
Yeah.
she's a legit actress and like legit famous. So I'm just
Took
surprised.
Megyn
that-
Kelly to get her to cry.
I'm just surprised that she's so.
Megyn Kelly's pretty harsh sometimes, though.
Oh,
And
yeah.
have you
Her
heard
face
that?
looks
I'm so
terminally
sorry. If we're
surprised.
trying to believe that Megyn Kelly doesn't have Botox probably every
sure.
single day
Of
shot into her
course.
It's
face.
very
She
hypocritical
does.
for her.
Yes, it is.
There's
Well-
this gal who starred in both of those. Her name is Erin Moriarty, and she's 29 years old, and she's a beautiful actress, but she's decided to completely change her face. This is a picture of her before, which I think was relatively
She was
recent.
so cute.
I know within
I mean,
the
she
past
is
year. or
cute.
so.
She
Very
just looks
cute.
like
Very
everyone
beautiful
else.
girl. So beautiful that she was becoming a very famous Hollywood actress, put on camera and on screen and on multiple shows and movies. Now look at her. She's got
Now
the
look at
Kim
her.
Kardashian lips.
Megyn.
She's
Give us another example.
made her
Megyn.
nose so skinny. It looks like a pencil now. She's got like what
Now
appear
look
to
at
me to
her.
be cheek implants. You know,
I don't
like
think she had
huge- the
implants.
cheekbones
I
are
don't
like
think so
out to
either, but-
here.
They could have
It's
did buccal
about
fat
an
removal, but I
obsession,
think she added something.
turning
to the
yourself
cheek.
into this fake
Mm.
version of yourself. I find it like a sign of mental illness. It's extremely upsetting. It's a massive
True.
turn-off to
Megan
me.
does
I
look
really wanna
hypocritical
get in
if
the
she
heads
has
of these young
had
girls and
even
say,
a little
please
bit
don't do
done.
this.
And you
There's
know she
this
has.
gal
Yeah, you know
who
what
definitely had
starred
Botox.
You
in
know what the actress looks like now? Megyn Kelly, for fuck's sake.
Taking my brand away.
Serious? Yeah. All right. Give us another example of a photo of her now. These two photos, it's so like gotcha. It's the angle. And yeah, she does look like one of those alien I love the Kardashians. I don't knock this weird face that they're doing or whatever, but we would have to see some more examples.
I think
They're
we
the
need to see
same, it could be your
videos of
daughter,
her.
right?
I would love to see a video of her because it looks.
Yeah. Oh, you mean a
it
video
looks
of
so different.
Erin?
Yeah.
Oh God, that was.
Oh.
I think
What?
that
Hey,
How did
Twitter.
it come up? I literally just typed in Erin Moriarty into the fucking Twitter search. I swear to God.
Can I just tell you somebody that I saw recently that I was shocked by? It's I don't know if you guys know who she is. She's not super famous, but Monica Keena. She was in she was on Dawson's Creek for a little bit. She was also in Freddy versus Jason. It's probably one of her bigger claims to fame. But she was super cute, and I just saw I was at my sister's house, and randomly some documentary was on about the guy that plays Freddy Krueger, and they had interviews with her towards the end, and I couldn't even recognize her. She looks so different, and it was apparently she's got like some drug issues and things like that too, but it just makes me sad because she was super duper cute, like really pretty girl, and it just makes that's the only thing that I think it makes me sad about this stuff, is that it feels like they all are trying to mirror each other. Everybody just wants to look the same, very cookie cutter, and that just makes me sad because they're all really pretty in their own individual ways. And then they just kind of all want to fit into this mold, and that sucks. But
I think snipping and tucking and stuff like that, you gotta really be careful with that if you want to do it.
Yeah.
But injections, I mean, every man on the news, do you see their foreheads move? They don't. They're getting injected too. Zac Efron, for Christ's sake, completely changed his face. He's an example of somebody that went too far. Yeah.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
this is
I think
Erin's-
everyone likes plastic surgery, but everyone hates bad plastic surgery, but everyone loves good plastic surgery. Like, how much do you want to bet right now if I'm like, hey, chat, do you guys like Emma Stone? Do you think she's pretty? Most people are going to say yes because she is pretty, but she had major work done. I linked it in the chat.
Everybody
it's a screenshot
has.
from that video. She looks like almost unrecognizable, but you would never think she had work done. Meanwhile, I watched this video. She had over like $150,000 worth of plastic surgery, but everyone
This
likes
to
it.
me
They're like, wow,
just
she's my
looks
Hollywood
like
crush.
This looks like makeup versus no
Yeah.
makeup.
It's not.
And
She
Hold
had
on.
a
Her
nose job.
nose.
She
She's gotten her
she
nose
had buccal
done.
fat removal in her cheeks and under her chin. And this YouTuber is really good at what she does. She has work done too, and she breaks down various celebrities. And
Oh,
what
I
work
think I know
they
who you're
had
talking
done.
about. What's her name?
Lori Hill. Lori
Yes,
Hill.
I've seen her.
And she did an in-depth breakdown. She had her hooded eyes adjusted. I have hooded eyes too. It's when
I do
it's like
too.
extra skin here, and they like adjusted. They can remove it too, but she had hers fixed
Mine are
so it looks
bad.
more natural and not as droopy as she ages. But yeah, she had a lot of work done, like a lot. But people just don't know when it's good work that there's a lot of work done.
Or what are we considering work? Like, I would consider work done cutting into the
Going under
face.
the knife.
I
She
think
went under
work
the knife.
is like
she had her
you
hooded
notice
eyes
it.
adjusted. She
If
had
that would be surgery for sure.
nose job. Like
Yeah.
these are like invasive surgeries. It's not just
Anything surgery. It's
injections.
not- injections, no, that's fine. That's not. I don't consider that work.
She looks like she might have got a couple injections in her lips, and I can't tell with the nose job, but she has a shit ton of highlighter on the tip of her nose in the second photo, which people accuse me of having a nose job if I have highlighter on the tip of my nose. I just put some on right now, but like,
oh yeah, that's why makeup's great.
right, May, that's right, exactly. She looks a lot younger and literally no makeup in the first one. I think it's more injections, and the hooded eye thing I didn't notice. That could be something, but she looks completely natural to me. I don't know.
I'll show this one, Bryn.
I pondered getting that done because my eyes are really bad. Like they're awful.
This is interesting because you would never think Emma Stone is never someone I would think like has had any work done, but
Yeah,
you just
she
see
had
the
a-
finished product.
Did she get punched in the face in the first photo?
Yeah,
Was
is
that
this
from-
maybe from like a
movie.
movie? That's got to be from a movie.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
why
hard to
because
tell.
it's
So
hard
she
to
could
get a
have
photo from her then.
No, you need a
It's
different
hard to
photo of
tell.
the side of her face. Yeah, I mean,
It just looks like makeup.
But her
versus no
nose
makeup.
is basically a lot shorter, like because it's like
And it's
there's
more buttoned.
There's
Like,
more
she's got more-
like more bone or collagen here, so to speak, like cartilage. That's where I'm looking for, like more cartilage and bone here. So she
Yeah.
had that shaved down. She had like more of a bump when she's at her 3/4. I don't have a photo of it here. It's in the video, but you could see it.
Yeah.
But basically, like this YouTuber breaks it down, and I think she's pretty accurate with it.
someone said
Just a
Jonah Hill
video
butt
notice of
editor.
still.
Yeah,
Interesting.
a good nose job, a slight nose job if you have like if you're like, you know, I kind of hate my nose, but if you get that sort of like super just the nose every
The Michael
person has.
Jackson.
Yeah.
Your
God.
nose is such a main part of your face. You
That's why,
only
like,
get
I want a
one.
nose job because, like, I broke my nose when I was 8, and it's all fucked up. Like, I can push it, like, it's all fucked up. So I've wanted a nose job my whole life, but I'm terrified to get one.
Get a little
It's
baby
like breathing
one.
I would say
problems.
no. I
gave
would say
it,
no. I would say your nose has to be very fucked up to warrant getting a nose job because your nose
you
is
can't
such
breathe.
a central part of your face.
Yeah, I have a deviated septum. It's not that bad though. I would much rather just suffer through a workout than go under the knife.
Yeah, but in that same vein, Chrissy, because it's the center of your face, adjusting it could also severely help your face if it's a well done nose job, like with Emma Stone or like Megan Fox. Eventually, Megan Fox went too far, but initially, when she had her breakout in Hollywood,
Yeah.
like in Transformers, she already had work done. She looks very different than when she did when she was younger. Even makeup factored
What do
in.
you guys
could
think of
see her
Jennifer
nose is slimmer.
Aniston's nose job? I think it was pretty good.
It's
It was
good.
good.
Yeah, a
Good.
lot of their
It was
nose jobs
good.
are really good, and it really helps their looks. I think plastic surgery is fine if it's done well.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
You know?
and not too much, not just
That's what I mean. Like, if you become addicted and it's like you are never happy, you're never satisfied, you're constantly wanting to fix and
You need
nitpick. And
therapy.
that's there. You need an intervention. It's not healthy at that point. But if you just like, if it's something that bothers you and you have the money and you want to go get it done, go. It's your business, your
This
face.
is Erin's statement here. This is something I truly never anticipated writing. We're all subject to levels of bullying throughout our lives, but I am horrified. And I felt that I deserved to take, and this is from that 1 minute clip of Megyn Kelly. Who knows? Maybe she did a whole episode on her. I don't know. I felt I deserved to take a second to address these things. I had no idea what was going on, to be honest, because I've had one of the most challenging weeks of my life. And I specifically thought that as I emerged this period of time, so stressed
You
that
must
I
have a
have
good life.
barely been able to eat and sleep. Lucky. I thought,
That's why
okay,
she's so gaunt.
I thought I'm going to emerge this 10 pounds thinner and the verbal abuse accusations will be flying. Usually either drug use or just a flippant eat a burger comment. You learn to become Teflon and move on. It doesn't sound like you're Teflon, Erin. I had no idea what was going on at the time to receive a message about a disgustingly false, counterproductive to the degree of being ironically misogynistic video of Megyn Kelly commenting on the manner. To learn the widespread nature of this has left me horrified. Megyn used a photo taken a year ago, according to her, that had in actuality been taken about a decade ago before I was of legal drinking age. So she was 20 or 19 in that photo. I'm about to turn 30. As an example, maybe do some research that would take 30 seconds. How utterly misinformed, inaccurate, and clickbait seeing people who we follow and consider to be informed is appalling. I got my makeup done that day and it involves major contouring. And I remember leaving and feeling pretty. And even that day was an immensely stressful day for me. I came running to those girls and I showed up in tears after what happened that day. And I left feeling better simply because I felt that they had reduced my lack of sleep and worked their magic wands. I saw the comments scathing enough to just turn my comments off, but this is becoming harassment. This is becoming false news. The only reason I have not deactivated my account is because I will be leaving this here. Otherwise, consider it deactivated. I will not have access to it for an extensive if not permanent break. Social media was my ability to connect with fans, my ability to work with, but also mostly just share brands that I believe in on an independent level and otherwise, to share news or updates. But I'm deciding to invest my energy into my work. Social media is not something that came naturally to me. And that was an investment of energy to connect with you guys. And I am horrified by the reaction, the reductive assumptions, and the aforementioned video that is a primary example of such harassment. It's broken my heart. You've broken my heart. You've lost the privilege of this account. So you can believe whatever you want. But there's no excuse for these horrific allegations, the verbal abuse that I have had to delete, and genuinely false information that is being used to perpetuate a message that is exhibitionist feminism. I don't think that exists.
I don't think it is.
Did she need to
You
write
don't-
3 paragraphs to explain why she's leaving
Like,
social
it's-
media? Just
No,
leave.
It's
Just
redundant
go.
at this point. Like,
I get that she's being
It is.
harassed, and like I'm it's annoying for sure. I agree, and they're probably being
Yeah.
like really over the top about it, but like just silently take your leave or just like do one sentence. Don't pull a Selena
Yeah,
Gomez
like,
and say
what's her
10
name?
different times. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Selena, that's it. Thank you.
Okay.
Selena Gomez. Yeah.
Right.
Also,
Megyn
why-
Kelly is just jealous of this woman, probably. because
also,
she wants
she's
to
being
suck
kind
her
of-
youth away, but
She
Yeah.
could
No.
be. She could be jealous because
Yeah.
like of the way that she went about it. But like the thing is, I think that this girl needs to learn her face, because if this really were, let's just say hypothetically, she's telling the truth, she never had a filler in a day of her life. She's in Hollywood. She never had work done, which is like almost never happens, by the way. Especially for people get that famous. Let's assume she's telling the truth and she just had like heavy contouring on, that's all it was, and her lips being severely overdrawn. Okay, well then learn the makeup that fits your face then, because you're wearing makeup that does not fit your face. Your makeup is too heavy for your delicate features. You have a lower visual weight than makeup that you're putting on. You're doing the thing where, you know, when girls have like birthday makeup and guys think it's ugly because it's like caked on, that's how it looks on her. You can't see her face, you see the makeup first. You need to be able to look through the makeup and see the person's face, or else you see the makeup first and it looks like it's too much. It looks clownish. So
Well,
instead
look
of
how
like
she
writing
looks in this
4
photo right
paragraphs,
here. Yeah.
she could, instead of writing 4
Yeah.
paragraphs about why she's leaving social media, maybe she should just go learn how to do the makeup that's proper for her facial features and doesn't look like she's wearing clown makeup.
Right. Don't let Megyn Kelly win, that harpy.
Yeah. This is an overreaction because, like,
yes,
it almost.
Who cares what Megyn Kelly thinks? Like, it's just so weird.
Well, that's the thing. Part of being a actress, someone famous, is that people are going to be critiquing you. So if you can't handle,
You're
like,
in the wrong
criticism-
business.
Exactly. You know, it's fine if it's good, but as soon as it gets dark, okay, you're gonna just give up.
I'm not famous, and people call me Dylan Mulvaney all day long. Like,
People comment on my
12-year-old
all the time.
boy, like
Even
I
your
mean,
good
I'm like,
friends.
"Hey, Dylan here." I mean, how good are you? You gotta have a little bit thicker skin than that.
Yeah.
I think collectively, after we saw men online neg Margot Robbie, we should have all collectively understood to never take their opinion seriously
Right?
again.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, Margot is so mid, right?
Right.
You
Totally
don't
mid.
get
Super
better
mid.
looking
The
than
middest
her.
of mid.
let me show you how knowledgeable they are. I want you guys to look at this photo and tell me what the problem is. I put it in the private chat if you want to show it, Chrissy. I want you to tell me what the problem is with this caption, because I am
Oh my
shocked.
God.
I looked through the replies. I am shocked that nobody pointed this out.
Okay, let me see. What is?
I want to be
yes.
gobsmacked. Ooh.
I know, right?
Let's see. Oh, okay.
This is her without makeup. Definitely mid. She's
She has makeup
flawless.
on.
She's beautiful.
Oh, and she does have makeup. Look
She
at
has
her
makeup
lips.
on.
Exactly. She has makeup on. They literally think that this is no makeup.
That's
Oh,
makeup.
no, that's
That's the
precious.
no makeup look.
Yeah.
No, of
And she's
course she has
adorable.
lips on. Of
Margot
course,
Robbie's adorable.
she's got a smudgy little under the eye eyeshadow.
Yeah.
She's
Yes.
got a top
Yes.
eyeshadow. She definitely has a smudgy.
She probably has a little bit of
brow.
mascara on, it looks like. Maybe just
her
like a very
eyebrows are
light
highlighter
coat.
by the
Yeah.
eyes. Under
Yeah.
her eyes.
Definitely some concealer or a very light foundation.
Maybe
The
just like a
boy around
tinted
me would think
moisturizer.
Witchcraft when they're like, they don't have any makeup on. We're like, no. It's just a little bit of light makeup. They're like, there's no makeup. That's 100%.
See, because men don't realize, because like there's just, you don't know, because you're not putting makeup on your face every day.
Yeah.
It's
So you don't know what
women
it does.
know, because
Yeah.
we know what it looks like, what we look like without anything, and we know what we look like with a little bit, which is this, and we know what we look like with a lot, which is, you know, a big black winged eyeliner that I love to do. A
I've
big
literally
red
never
lip.
worn a lot.
Yeah.
I don't like
Even
makeup
her
very
skin
much.
looks like flawless in this
I know.
photo.
She's a very pretty woman. It's ridiculous to call her mid.
She's a
Yeah.
12. I mean, she's obviously beautiful, but
Yes.
to call her mid is insane.
It's
but,
insane.
I mean, she
It's a
has like a
nag.
little bit of natural makeup on here, right? But she doesn't probably need much. And you know what? She's probably had a little bit of a little injections in her
For
lips. too.
sure.
Yeah. And who
For
cares?
sure.
Right.
Nobody cares.
Right. Except for the boys and Megyn Kelly.
It's
Right.
showbiz. Everyone's got to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go to a couple of comments and super chats here that I'm ignoring. Marcus Henry, thank you for the super chat. Chrissy, I tagged you in a tweet talking about the political divide between young men and women, even in other countries. Would be a nice segment here. Okay, I don't know where that is, but thank you. Dev Copper, thank you for the super sticker. Push-ups, happy birthday to your girl, Nina Infinity. Yes, happy birthday,
Happy
Nina
birthday,
Infinity.
Nina.
Happy birthday, Nina.
She is out with her family tonight doing fun birthday things. We love you, Nina. Godzilla's Greaser. Glad I managed to catch one of your shows before you had the child, Chrissy. I had a lot of fun. Come back to Dallas anytime. Aw. Thank you, Godzilla.
That sounds so
Greaser.
ominous. Before you had the child.
The child.
I'm gonna start calling it now. The child. Chrissy, have you had the child?
The child. Yes, we didn't have any land whale hecklers.
No.
No viral moments.
No viral moments, but I did have a couple of crowd interactions like that I possibly regretted. Like I talked to one guy, and this will probably end up if I end up posting what the guy recorded, but I said, "What do you do for work, sir?" He said, I take the photos from women's OnlyFans, I save them, and then I repost them into algorithms, or what was he saying, Keanu, that he creates
AI.
websites?
Like, I basically steal everybody's private content, and then I make money from putting their faces and their likeness into odd positions and post it all over the internet. And then Chrissy was like, well, I mean, he was just so unabashed about it. Like,
shameless.
That's a long-winded way of saying that you're a creep.
Yeah. That's really creepy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say if there was an award for the audience member who made me feel the most comfortable, he would not have won that award.
Stormed out. He stormed out when even at because he was
at the merch table because he was
ignored. Yes,
talking my ear off, and which is fine if there's not 20 people behind you, but and then Keanu, because she has a sixth sense, she looks at me and she just knows exactly what's going on, and we got eye contact, and then Keanu's knew that this guy was
just show the picture.
Not that I don't like talking to people. I love talking to people.
No,
it's
there's
why
no
we
problem with
stay
that.
after, and for 2 hours we talk to people.
We talk to people forever, and you're so friendly. I sometimes go to the bathroom and hide for 5 minutes, but you stay in there and everybody wants, and you give so much of your time. So then I just it just seemed odd that this was going on for so long after he had said what he said.
This fucking photo. Okay.
This picture.
So this guy is talking to me. This is before Keanu and I locked eyes.
So I went to go
Do you think I could escape out from the window behind me?
I don't even know what I look like, and I'm just this. I look at this poor creature.
That's so good. That is so good.
She's pregnant, but her legs are thin. She's about to fall over. Her legs are about to snap in half, and she looks catatonic, despondent. I was trying to distract her by taking a picture so that maybe he would be get the hint and move along. But look you can see it in her eyes.
Hello, darkness.
I want someone to edit the text on her that says you don't know how bad things really are. Like that one.
My hands. I don't even know what to do. That's how you know. I don't even know what
You're
to do with
uncomfortable.
My
You're oh my God.
You're trying to protect the bean from okay, yeah. Ugh.
But I'm sure that I'm sure your fans probably feel like they know you. I went to a Jimmy Dore show one time in Columbus, and we're him and I are friends. And so he did the whole meet and greet thing. And then we met him in the bar afterwards, and there was some other guy who was a fan, and this guy came over and he was just talking and talking and talking. And Steph, Jimmy's wife, was finally listen, my guy, we're trying to hang out with our friends. Can we do this another time? And it's just,
I'm nice. And then eventually I'm okay, walk the fuck away.
Yeah.
Walk away. Enough. All right. Can't you see we're talking?
It gets a little
here?
awkward. Yeah. Jimmy was trying to be very nice, and I think
we're
hard.
all too nice because we're supposed to be demure women. You can talk to us as long as you would please, and that was the only person that anybody had a problem with. Everybody else at that show, my God, they waited for us after. They couldn't have been more lovely. He was just a little
a little much, a
brought
little
us
extra.
A lot of snacks. Yeah, there was a guy who went to Buc-ee's for us, so we didn't have to take the half-hour trip. Bought us the little beaver twists and some fudge. I didn't. My suitcase was 49 pounds. I did not even have room for fudge to bring back. So
Did you
The
get beef
Lego man?
jerky?
The Lego man, since my little Lego, the last time he brought me the one, because I'm a mess of a human, it was in my purse and the little shirt got rubbed off. So he brought me 2 more torsos.
Oh,
Sweet. I know.
That's such a strange sentence, but that's nice.
Yeah.
torsos.
If this word didn't have a visual element, that would seem odd.
He brought me torsos.
Yes, everybody was lovely. Just that one gentleman was, but
And
there's
I'm sure
always
he
one
was
more.
lovely too, and is just a really big fan and wanted to talk to you and was excited and was probably rambling because he was excited and nervous. And I get all that, but I mean, sometimes you just it's enough. Like it's enough. Thank
There's
you.
20 people behind you.
Yeah.
I think I'm normally
You guys ever
fine.
feel like it's a bit like when you get one of these fans to act over the top autistic? Like, because I
No.
kind of feel like, oh, like they're probably fucking with me right now. And then it's
No.
like 3 minutes later, I realize it's not that. It's not a bit. They're not trying to fuck with me.
This is
They're
from
that
Tail,
You know.
Tail Dune, who made us all the personalized
yes.
Legos. He made this
Aw.
beautiful artwork.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, very
love
cute.
Yes.
I
That's
love
so
that I have a
cute.
harpoon in one hand and a claw in the other.
That's
That'd be good
amazing.
merch. That'd be a
Is
good merch.
That would
Lila
be good
driving?
merch.
I love it.
I love
He's a
it. It
great
was so
artist.
cool. Yeah.
I had
He's the
Tail make. I commissioned a very special personalized cake topper for my wedding. I was like, could you make? Because he made this, which was the original filing cabinet. He made this and sent it to me. I said, you know, I would love one of these in blue for like a cake topper for my wedding. And he did so much. He made a personalized, like a figure of me in my wedding dress as a Lego, a figure of Frank in his tux, and then he made a figure of like my stepson and put it in this like draw, like him popping out of the filing cabinet, and it was blue and it was like exactly what I wanted. It was gonna go on top of the wedding cake, and then it was like kind of too heavy, so I put it next to the cake. But like he did such a pro job, and he's like, it was hard to get Frank's hair. I had to get a piece from Denmark. I was like, oh my god, it's like, just above and beyond. What a nice guy. He brought his lovely wife, who
she's so sweet. Yeah.
Who was just like, she was like, oh my gosh, you had a whole different set. It was very wholesome. It was, you know, because I'm talking about just being pregnant, really, and you can tell she's not like the biggest comedy fan. She's just there to just be a good wife, basically, and support. And I like winning over people like that who aren't necessarily comedy nerds, but
yeah.
Wait, that's a niche? Like I thought everyone likes humor and comedy.
Not everyone, I think the type
not
of
everyone
comedy
seeks
maybe.
out.
Like,
Yeah.
So
I
like
don't
they're
go to
just
shows
miserable?
often. No.
They're-
Like I don't go to live shows often or like watch
Oh,
comedy
okay.
specials.
Yeah.
I was like, who
I
doesn't
don't
like sense
typically
of
watch
humor?
comedy specials normally either. But,
It
yeah.
takes a lot of effort to figure out what stand-ups you like, to buy tickets, to go to a show. Most people, they're just scroll. It's whatever comes on their algorithm. It's like, oh, a TikTok. Oh, it's somebody's stand-up clip. It's a Matt Rife crowd interaction. Or it's like, oh, I've heard of Amy Schumer. But most people couldn't name 5 female stand-up comics because it's just, most people are busy. They're not seeking out stand-up comedy. So it feels good to, the fact that anyone comes is a miracle. So
You had a shit ton of people there. I have no complaints about that show. It was, no one knocked over your merch table and everybody laughed, and it was just a really fun time. Right? You know,
it was awesome.
I'm surprised
You did
into
great,
this
Keanu.
pregnancy special. It's kind of like a once in
It
a
might
lifetime
be. I
opportunity.
did tape it. I did.
Okay, good.
I did YOLO. I did definitely YOLO and get a.
it was incredible. It was an
videographer.
hour of new material that flowed perfectly. All that
Wow.
you kind of never really, because it's all new to you from being pregnant. But yeah, it definitely needs to be a pregnancy special. I know, I saw it. So
Everyone was right. They're like, oh, it's going to give you so much material. It really does. Because I'm up there and I'm like, you have this moment as a comic where you're like, how honest do you want to be with the audience? And then
Very.
I've been up here 5 minutes and I'm fucking winded already. Like, this shouldn't be.
I remember when last time I hung out with you, Chrissy, and you were in Tampa actually, and you were sitting up there talking about pregnant, and I'm there with Andrew, and Andrew's like, she's not pregnant. Because to be fair, you didn't look pregnant. Like you
think I was.
No,
That
he
was-
thought
that was
he thought I
early
was
December.
lying. He's like, she's not. That was December. He's like, she's not pregnant. Like, why did you tell me she was pregnant? I'm like, she's pregnant.
I was
And
like,
you didn't
You would
believe
have
me.
no idea. She has the thinnest. I say it all the time. Her legs are toothpicks. She looks like a head.
And not
now
to
at this point.
Rhino.
Her legs are toothpicks. She has thin waist, thin head, thin neck, thin arms. There's just a bump, and she's got bigger boobs and a bit of a booty. But you would have no idea.
I do
Like,
have a
people are
hen
probably-
body right now, but hens are
Only when you wear
delightful. They're
bigger
in
clothes.
they're in kitchen decor. They're sweet.
And
Yeah.
not to
hen.
Rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely couldn't tell you were like pregnant standing behind you. Like you didn't see any change in your body, and then bam, you turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
and
That's
I
the
didn't
best
say
kind.
she looked like a rhino. I said she was breathing like one. She
Oh.
of course doesn't. Yeah, she just breathes a little heavier.
You know what I mean? It's like Chrissy kept getting on the bed and started like doing this thing where she's like digging into the bed like a Rhino.
Breathing while pregnant is hard. It's hard.
I don't blame her. I just said you're breathing like a rhino. I can hear
Yes.
you breathing in the bathroom with the door shut. But
Oh
but everything else, I'm telling you, her legs are about to break. They're so thin. Look at it. That photo.
But I have this imagery in my head of Chrissy on her hotel bed with us in front of her, and she's going,
I was getting ready to charge.
waiting on pizza that never came.
New York Pizza in Tampa. Never order from them.
Never order pizza from a pamphlet that they slide under the door because it's a ruse.
Yeah, because those people have snuck into the hotel illegally.
Yeah.
Let's see. Push
We
up.
were the lucky ones.
Cheers to Venti for curb stomping some Groypers. I wonder if this is about your recent
Yeah.
video.
Ooh,
Yeah, it
you
is.
curb
Oh, the one
stomped?
from last night?
Oh,
I haven't
yeah.
watched it yet.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Explain
The last
explain the
videos.
curb stomping. Explain this.
Basically, they feel like okay, so a few years back it wasn't really to this extent bad, and I think Ashton, you would agree with me. Yes, like they were always edgy, like, but it devolved into the point where they're now defending predators and they're now defending weird pedophilic takes, and it
So
plays
I'm
into
out of
them not
the-
wanting.
I'm out of like the whole scene. I got myself out of that. So could you explain like what they're doing now? Because they were pretty bad back then, in my opinion. But like, what do you mean? Like, what are they doing now exactly?
What
in
scene
regards
is
to
this
that?
we're talking about? I'm sorry.
So basically, Nick Fuentes, who runs America First, that movement is called Groypers. Initially, it was just a meme, like how Pepe is, and then it turned into like a Nick Fuentes associated thing. So then this group of people, it used to be kind of just like edgy humor, and then it devolved into like more and more degeneracy and hypocrisy. And now
Oh,
it's
I mean,
gotten
that's
to
been
the point where
happening for a while.
it became more and more prevalent. Like before
Okay.
it was like maybe a few oddballs, and then it got worse and worse. So
Mhm.
now Nick Fuentes runs that, and they're all kind of like defending him for covering for a predator that solicited nudes from a minor.
Who?
And he doxed the minor. Nick, he doxed the minor for daring to speak up against the alley guy who tried to get nudes from this minor. And so people are under that group, including like Andrew Wilson and Rachel Wilson, and their daughter that they pimped out to Groypers. They're like, ooh, she has Rachel in particular, who I call
I heard
Sloppy.
about this.
She was
I
like,
actually
ooh,
heard
she
about
has a
this.
0 body count. She's a virgin. Who wants her? And then somebody ended up volunteering, and then that guy got engaged to her, and then they broke up, and then he blackmailed Rachel and Andrew Wilson for over what's implied to be her nudes and her sex life. And so it caused Andrew to not be able to join a debate. So basically he got blackmailed to not join a debate by Groypers, by this said Groyper, part of this group that's like protecting predators and saying like women shouldn't vote because like they want to buy women like cattle. That's essentially why they don't want women to vote.
How old is their daughter?
She was freshly 18, barely legal. And they gave her away to a guy almost 10 years her senior, who ended up blackmailing. the family and her over her daring to give her sexual intimacy. Rachel Wilson, Andrew Wilson, they basically put her in that situation. This is after she was already in another situation, which I go into in the video. But so yeah, it's pretty bad. It's kind of culty.
Brittany, did you put any of these Groypers in your video? Because I'm trying to Google what they look
Oh my
like.
God.
These are Groypers. All of these are Groypers. They're
Probably
America
looks like
First.
it.
They swim mostly off the coast of Florida. They're delicious, but they're slightly high in nitrates or mercury or something.
Mercury, yes. Don't eat them when you're pregnant.
I ordered a Groyper fish sandwich when we were in Tampa. I had to abandon it because I looked up and it was no good for preggers.
No bueno.
So no Groypers for me for now.
That was another thing at the show. You asked that lady, you kept returning to her to ask her, like, well, what did you do? And she's like, were you careful about what you ate? Because Chrissie doesn't eat. Well, she takes a yogurt through 50 state lines and then maybe eats a bite of it. But the lady was like, no, I ate everything. She's like, what the fuck am I doing then?
Yeah, I was like, did you avoid soft cheeses and queso and soft serve? She's like, no, I ate everything. I was like, oh, did you how much did you work out? She's like, I didn't work out at all. I was like, what am I doing? Why am I
You're doing this pregnancy wrong, Chrissie.
You're doing too much.
So I'm fairly interested, Brittany, so is this, I'm sorry, I'm pretty baffled.
Back to
that
the Groypers.
Why are these people seriously even making it as a joke to offer off their daughter to marriage to someone?
It wasn't.
Is a little strange.
Oh, you mean you're talking about Isabella Riley with offering her daughter to Zerka, who now had another incident come out where
That's a different
he was talking
incident?
to
Wait,
So,
her baby's a newborn. A child's a newborn.
Yeah, Isabella Riley. So she offered her baby up. She was like, my Texan has posted the clip many times. Tree of Logic. The clip's basically like, my husband just texted me and he said that you can have our daughter virgin. She's all yours. And this guy is like a self-proclaimed predator.
Isn't her baby just newborn? Not even a year old?
Yeah. And this guy just now had another incident happen. He already was established as he always says, I'm a PDF file. I'm a PDF file. And then a new clip came out where he's talking to a minor, a girl, and she's like, I'm a minor, right? And he's like, I don't care. I'll go to jail for you. I don't care. And he's trying to hit on her still. And it's yeah, it's not a joke. There's a point where it's a joke and there's a point where it's not. And it's definitely reached that point where it's not. So basically this Groyper, there's now basically convergence between two groups, and they're basically just all part of the Manosphere because they have the same talking points, they have the same ideology, they use the same arguments, they're all associated with the same people. It's basically the Manosphere. It's like the fake Christian Manosphere, which is Rachel Wilson, Andrew Wilson, people who pimped out her daughter that I was talking about earlier, and then I would say Zerka falls under that. Not that he's a Christian, but they're all part of that section of the Manosphere.
That's disgusting.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because
that's a lot.
It's essentially becoming, it's very culty, and literally people are getting hurt because of it. This girl probably has to go to years of therapy because of what her parents allowed to happen, what they put her through. And in her TikTok, by the way, this girl that got pimped out by Rachel to these Groypers, this girl posted on her TikTok, which she now privated after I made the video. She said that her parents wanted her to do it and that she had only met the guy 3 times, and they wanted her
Are they
to
Indian?
marry this guy.
Maybe they're Indian.
I mean, is it an arranged marriage?
That's what Rachel, Sloppy Rachel, and Addict Andy were trying to do with their daughter. They were trying to arrange a marriage with their daughter, Andy's stepdaughter, so his wife's daughter, and they're trying to arrange it with one of these Groypers. How I was explaining earlier, Nick Fuentes, and how they view PDF files.
Why would you want an internet troll to marry your daughter? That's the thing. You look at how arranged marriages are done in Indian culture. The families have known each other for generations. They know the son very well. They make sure the son's getting good education, can provide. These people are just going on the internet. They live chronically online and they think, oh yeah, we'll just do it for the memes. And
Yeah.
And that's kind of why I left the whole space. So I'm go freaking touch grass. Go be a normal human being. Like, you're endangering yourself and others. I'm serious. These people live chronically online and do everything for the sake of, oh, ha ha ha, troll, lol. But it's like you're genuinely hurting yourself and other people around you. And I know that, I didn't live it to this extent where someone was trying to marry me off and be a child bride or something. But like, it just proves that when you are so focused on trying to quote unquote own the libs and trying to prove a point that you might not even believe because you're just trying to be edgy, you're just hurting yourself and other people.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't understand arranged marriage, but I guess I heard apparently that is a good system. This sounds just sinister.
I like how my mom used to do it.
Thing.
She would always say, "Look, Chrissy," like when I'd be a late teen, early 20s, she'd be like, "Look, Chrissy, just remember, it's just as easy to fall in love with a rich man as it is a poor man." Like that's about the extent.
Like, why would you
pressuring.
arrange marriage? If you're gonna arrange a marriage, like, again, the cultures that do it know the other families well enough. And I'm not for arranged marriage. That's not what I'm saying. But like, if you're going to do arranged marriages, there should be proper planning. There's proper code of ethics.
Vetting.
Don't choose. Exactly. Vet the people.
It's
have
like
your daughter.
It's like a business relationship.
Right.
Or
really.
have your daughter actually know who they're marrying and actually be, have, comfortability doing it. If that's not what she wants to do, don't make her do it. And on top of that, why would you choose an internet person, someone that's like involved with this toxic online sphere, to marry your daughter?
Maybe they think they have the values that they want for
bullshit.
Daughter.
Bullshit. No. Like,
I mean, it seems like it isn't pretty in line with these types of people and their values.
Posting memes 24/7. Yeah, your daughter's gonna have a really good marriage there. Wonderful.
It sounds like she doesn't have a very good life now, so it can't.
Let me see. What kind of memes do you have? I need to see your meme collection.
Let me check your credentials.
I need your meme resume.
Yeah.
PhD in memology.
10 of your best memes, and I will get back to you. Thank you, Hayden75, for the pink boy. Oops. Wish I could have made it to the Dallas show. Vegas show was awesome, but hopefully I can make another soon. Fuentes has always been a little weirdo. I don't know how some people never saw that. Well, different strokes for different folks, I guess. Some people very much love him. Yeah, I wouldn't take dating advice.
But it's like, even if like we're talking about like the ye olden days during the Roman Empire or whatever shit these people are obsessed with, you honestly think like good Christian families who believe in arranged marriages would want to set up their daughter with someone who's online 24/7 and then goes on to like blackmail her nudes? Like, this isn't like Christian values and good family values these people claim to preach. It's just
douchey. I think a lot of people, they want better for their kids than they themselves either had or how they conducted their own lives. And if Rachel has had 5 kids by 3 different men, I could see her wanting to distract away from that point and focus on like, well, my daughter is brand new and hasn't been with as many men and doesn't have any kids yet. So like it's like this living vicariously sort of thing. I could understand.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
let's focus on her.
I'm marrying Gino Bisconti. My parents are arranging for my divorce as we speak.
I don't know. I wouldn't trust the person who has 3 different baby daddies to arrange a marriage. Just saying, especially when it ended bad twice for the girl. The first relationship she was in, she was underage and she proclaims on TikTok that she got abused. And then the second guy is a Groyper and blackmails her family. So,
are these American
doesn't seem
people?
like it went well.
I might be. They're American.
They're American, yeah.
It's not something that Americans do, so it's just weird.
It's not something normal people do.
In India or whatever, if that system works, for
even
them, then
Indians
whatever.
wouldn't do this shit. Indians, again, when they have arranged marriages, there's generations of vetting being done. These people are
I'm sure there are some are some bad setups and situations. I'm sure that it's not always rainbows and sunshine.
And it's about the family. It's about the family, not the individual. Like with Indian marriage, they look at the whole family, whereas this sounded like, oh, this one Groyper seems
exactly
like
they just straight up they're like, yep, look at this internet troll. We're gonna hand our daughter off to her.
Yes.
We're just gonna, or him, whatever they identify as. I don't know. Half of them are gay in my opinion, so who knows?
Yeah, in denial about it.
Thank you, Dave Chandler, for the pink boy. I hate being called out by the real me. Wait a minute. How confusing. Oh, is this another David Chandler? How confusing. Thank you for the red boy. I approve of fake me's comment. Are you two working together? If so,
Are you the same, David?
thank you, either real or fake David Chandler. Appreciate you. Marcus Henry, hate the Kardashians. Everyone who date the upper three.
I think it's supposed to be end up.
No, end up worse in life. Tom Brady, please don't.
Wait, what?
Was Tom
Travis
Brady, I
Barker's
think, is
doing fine.
Tom Brady's dating Arena Shank right now, I think. She's a model.
Who?
Thank you, Marcus Henry. Arena Shank. She used to date Leo.
Before she turned 25.
Yes. and she
Oh,
was
oh yeah.
Lord.
I can't
She
remember.
aged out. Yeah, she aged out.
Arena Shack. She's a Russian model.
Yeah.
I think she used to be
I don't know
Victoria's
who you
Secret,
are.
right?
I
don't
think
know.
so.
No idea.
She was an angel.
It sounds vaguely familiar. I don't know.
Frank, oh, what's up, Wolf? I drive for both, and yeah, different classes. Hi, by the way, hugs. Hello. Oh, yeah, so you drive for Uber and Lyft, and you can confirm that basically Uber is
you
like
can do
Starbucks,
that?
and Lyft is Dunkin' Donuts.
One time an Uber picked me up in a cab. And he's like, he said, "Well, yes. I said, is this? He's like, yes, it's fine. I was like, well,
That's a
all
way
right.
to game the system, I suppose.
Yeah. So he had a medallion, a Lyft license, and an Uber license.
Yeah,
So
I've seen them put like the little like light ups and they'll change it according to which app they pick up.
funny.
This seems normal. Okay.
That's
Van
funny.
Halen, she was doing a pat down on the baby. Yes, she was.
Your baby got filled up.
She patted him down. Push-ups. Imagine people confusing you for being Jewish. It's horrible.
Or it
Mark
could be
Henry.
really nice.
In all honesty, Ashton doesn't get the joke because she's autistic, not because she's woke.
That's accurate. I'm definitely not woke. I think most people who are in general, and the average person is not woke anymore. I think everyone's fed up with it. Even all my liberal friends are sick of being woke as well. Everyone just kind of wants.
It's
to
a
live their
very
life.
tiny, incredibly loud percentage of people.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily it because like I still talk to a lot of my friends in hospitals and it's very like pronounced. Like we have pronouns on our printed sheets and stuff like that. So it's very prevalent, at least in my area.
Oh,
I think probably
Canada.
institutionally, like businesses, I think still lean that way because it's politically correct still.
But like the average
I think
individual,
the average person is still
yeah.
It's still out there. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it's as bad as it appears
It
to be.
doesn't bug me when I go to the doctor, the Planned Parenthood, or what have you, and they're like, "What's your pronouns?" It doesn't bug me. It just jars me a little bit. I'm like, well.
I've never been asked.
Call me
that.
by my name.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think I've ever been asked.
Like,
what are your
I don't
pronouns?
care what you call me.
I've been asked.
I will say
New York
this,
is
is that
different,
like
I guess. It
I
doesn't
think
I would
bug
be
me,
kind of
but-
offended. It's like, do you think it's he? Excuse me?
Yeah.
You could be a they or a fae.
Yeah.
Or, you have the
Faye,
other-
Azizer.
yeah, you could be.
I
there's
am
like
still in
110.
Mulvaney, and I deserve to be treated as such. So.
Yeah.
Here's your Budweiser commercial.
Handler. I don't know which Dave Chandler this is, but thank you. Only been on a few flights in my life, and it was before 9/11 and the security procedures set by the government. This DEI craze with the airlines is just one more reason to keep my feet on the ground. Well, I think that's what they want, actually. Jeremy
Yeah.
Parkhurst, I won't fly on a plane unless the pilot is blind, deaf, one-armed black woman who is a member of the LGBT community.
Yes, I stand with you.
A white girl hoeing the blind girl reminds me of Wicked Virtue. What?
Wicked is her hair looks similar, I suppose.
Rimuru, thanks for the super chat. The irony of Erin is that her character is supposed to be against being a fake version of yourself. Also, Chrissy, have any black guys hit on you since you've been pregnant? No.
What?
No, you just don't know.
No,
it.
they haven't.
Everybody, white, black, Puerto Rican, they're all erect. She is the hottest pregnant woman. You just don't realize it. You just don't realize it. And the dress you were wearing at that
It was very tight. I'm looking at the photos.
It was
I'm like,
so
that is-
good. You looked so good.
I look like saran wrapped. James Sharp, Jennifer Grey from Dirty Dancing, and the original Red Dawn killed her career with a nose job.
Yeah.
Her nose made her stand out from other actresses. Thank you, David Chandler. Again, celebrities with strange noses: Barbara Streisand, Adrian Brody, Adam Driver, Lady Gaga, Owen Wilson, and Meryl Streep. Would their faces be approved by surgery? Don't hate your own love. Oh,
Didn't Gaga get surgery? Did she not?
Well, just because your nose is quote unconventional doesn't mean it's not in proportion with your face. I think correction comes in with surgery is when your features are so out of proportion with your other features that it needs to be corrected for it to look, not needs, but ideally if you want to seem more attractive, be corrected.
Adrian Brody he looks like an Ent. Is that a Lord of the Rings
he
thing?
does.
Like giant nose, and people like it. I don't know.
Adrian Brody
Barbara?
just looks like he has a big piece. Do you know what I mean? Some people have a face. They're like, you have a big piece face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Just of course, like Frank has one of those faces. Simon Ho, arranged marriages, how butt ugly men get hot wives. I would say they're equally as attractive in those instances. What's up, Kim Coulter? Oh, hey, friends. I just knew tonight was a SimpCast asked kind of night. Thank you, Kim. Hayden, thank you for the orange boy. I'm not here much. So if this is a taboo, pass it. If most people aren't woke or people are tired of it, which way are the elections in 24 going to go? Historic year. More countries are having elections than ever before.
Well, which elections are you talking about? Because there are more elections around the globe than ever before, but the one in 24 doesn't fucking matter because our elections are rigged. So who knows where you're going to go? Who knows?
Yeah, we try to get excited and hopeful every 4 years, and then we get upset. And
I have no hope no matter what.
Yeah, it's all the same. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. I can't even look.
I mean, just similar to 2020, Trump is polling higher everywhere. The Democrats have no one, and they don't even have like a second generation option.
No, it's so funny to watch too. Because listen, I am of the opinion that Joe Biden is not going to be the Democratic Party nominee. They're going to pull him last minute, in my opinion. I think he's not. But they don't. Who? Gretchen Whitmer, Gavin Newsom, Pete Buttigieg. Who the fuck do they have?
Mike.
I think honestly, yeah, Big Mike, Michelle Obama. I think that's really the only option that they have, if they have any hope whatsoever of even appearing as if they have a chance. But again, it doesn't matter. They're all owned and operated by the same people, all of them.
Yeah, and I fear that it doesn't matter the enthusiasm for Trump if they're just going to screw him legally, if they're just going to screw him with all these lawsuits or take him out. I don't know. Can he do his job from jail? That would be fun to see.
Make a reality show out of it. It'll be a hit. I mean,
build a jail cell in the White House. That would be a good reality
presidential jail cell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll go from the red power tie to orange to match the suit. Give him.
I don't think they'll let him have a tie in prison.
Orange is the new president.
Yeah.
Orange is the new president.
Trump
I want a
shank
bumper
redemption.
You gotta start selling bumper stickers, Chrissy. This would be great.
Yes, that would be
The
good.
boomers will love it.
Or the liberals, even, honestly. I feel like that's like a universal joke people might like.
Well, and the same thing, could you have Biden run the presidency from the nursing home or hospice?
He's not running anything now, guys.
It could be a reality show as well.
That would be very fun. What if?
I would love
Who
to
do
be
you
a fly
think-
on that wall because that dude's making zero decisions whatsoever. None. He's
None.
taking a nap in the corner. Like
I
he's
want to
not.
know who the main person in control is. Everyone keeps saying Kamala, but I really don't
No.
think it's Kamala. I think Kamala's kind of sitting there
No.
like, ooh.
No. Antony Blinken's doing
It's
a lot.
gotta be Obama, right?
No, well, Obama's doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff. It really is nobody you've ever heard of. It's people that are outside of the mainstream.
Gino Bisconti. No.
I agree. No, I agree. I honestly
it's people who are
think-
very, very, very rich and very under the radar who are making the grand decisions. But Antony Blinken is currently running most of the foreign policy stuff. You can see him if you go back and watch any speech or any press conference that Biden gives that has to do with foreign policy. You will see Antony Blinken in the back. Very cautiously watching Joe Biden to see which mess he's going to have to clean up. Like when the president of China came to this country, and then while he was still here, Joe Biden called him a dictator, and Antony Blinken literally cringed in the front row, like, God damn it. Here's a mess I got to clean up. But that's, yeah, it's
like line.
Yeah. But it's honestly, the people who are making the decisions are people you have never heard of.
Are they tied to the Federal Reserve by any chance? Because I feel like that's really just honestly, I really don't think the president does make decisions for this country. I think every election's rigged, even Trump.
Yes.
I really do think they let Trump win those 4 years because they needed a supervillain for 4 years. They needed a bad guy to be like, hey, look at this bad guy, give us more power, or at least give us reasons to have more power, or else you have the bad guy again, Mr. Super. I really think they let Trump win.
That's what January 6th was about. That's what, all of this stuff is set up.
It's all rigged. Like everything is, the media is an entertainment industry, whether it's Fox News or CNN, or it's your favorite alternative pundit. Okay, all of these people are actors, and every politician's working with each other, even the ones you think you like. They're all friends. They're all fun buddy. Like, it's all bullshit.
Trade votes for shit. I don't trust any of them. Not a one of them. I'm a layman at this, all right? But I can't pay attention because I'm like, it's self-preservation. They just want to be reelected.
Yeah,
they trade votes for cock. Like that's basically what it is.
They're professional prostitutes, and I often liken our political system as a soap opera with psychopaths. It's all a show. They're performing for you. They, again, as I said earlier, they're all owned and operated by the exact same people. All
it's
of
the
them.
Real Housewives of Washington, D.C.
They pretend to hate each other. They pretend to fight with each other, but they don't. And they're not. It doesn't matter. They don't even read the bills, y'all. They're not even reading the legislation. It's like 5,000 pages. They get 45 minutes before they're supposed to vote on something. You think they read that stuff? No, the lobbyists write the bills, and they tell people how to vote, and they tell people what to say, and none of it's real.
I mean, here's the thing too, is that I'll tell like even Trump's, well, everyone's bad except for Trump. Like, no, Trump's in on this shit. Like he's their friend. He's involved in this stuff. He was besties with the Clintons up until he decided to run. Like
he was a Democrat most of his life.
Yeah.
Now suddenly he's MAGA.
They're all working together. None of them actually care about you. If Trump, and by the way, I just realized you have free Assange under your name. If Trump actually gave a shit about any of you, he would have freed Assange when he had the chance.
He wouldn't have had him arrested. Trump had him arrested.
Exactly.
Trump plotted to murder him. There were plots to assassinate him.
I am so sick of everyone's like, why did you stop supporting Trump? Like, because I realized it's all fraud. Because I realized it's all bullshit. Like, of course my opinions are going to change. Like, I was 21 years old, the biggest MAGA chick you can think of. And then I realized, like, this is all bullshit. It's all fraud. None of these people care about you, whether it's Trump or Biden or Clinton or whatever, whoever's in office. And the moment he basically screwed over Assange was like when I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, this is the whole reason I was kind of backing him. I was like, okay, well, he's going to help Assange. Never happened. So, bye-bye.
I still like Trump. I'm weird.
I think he's entertaining.
Not weird.
I think
There's
he's funny.
plenty of people that like him. I'm not going to judge you for liking him. I just disagree entirely. I think he's definitely part of the system.
Yeah, I agree too. My thing is, I think he's funny and entertaining.
For sure.
Like, the dude's hilarious. And like, I have friends who are all over the political spectrum, so I really don't judge people based on who they vote for. I understand that people are voting for Trump mainly because they want the economy to be better. They want gas prices to be lower. And that's 100% understandable. But at the end of the day, the system is rigged and it's not for you. So
I think they deport the migrants only if they refuse to attend comedy shows, because there's millions coming in, and not a one of them like stand-up comedy. So what use are you? Dave Chandler, the sec def was gone for days.
See, someone in the freaking chat's like, oh, she's gonna vote for Nikki Haley. What does these people all work together? Do you not understand? These people all suck.
Hey, worked for Trump. She was in.
They're all the same. I love that when people are like, "Oh, you don't like Trump? I guess you like Biden. Oh, you don't like Biden? I guess you like Trump." No, I don't like any of them. I don't like. I am very loudly and very publicly against electoral politics. period. So not liking one does not mean I like the other.
But then everyone's like, oh, you must like Nikki Haley then. It's like, no, what do you not understand me saying I don't like any of these people?
No one likes
Nikki
Haley doesn't like Nikki Haley.
No.
The left hates her, the right hates her. Nikki Haley is the
She's
like
beauty
awful.
pageants don't like her.
This is not fair because the military-industrial complex really likes Nikki Haley. They like Nikki Haley a lot. She is a hardcore warmonger. And yes, the Secretary of Defense was missing for several days. And
What happened?
Nobody knew. He was in the hospital and now he's been diagnosed with cancer, but he was gone for days and Joe Biden didn't know where he was, had no clue. Which is interesting that the president of the United States doesn't know where the Secretary of Defense is.
He text anybody back.
Right?
But everything's gonna be okay, guys, because Ben Shapiro is rapping.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh. They can't cancel my message because I'm the biggest independent rapper in the whole freaking world.
I know
They
I'm
I'm
white.
racist, yeah, alright.
This,
I'm not ashamed because I'm white. If every Caucasian's a bigot, I guess every Muslim's a terrorist. Every liberal is right. I don't want to talk to folks who don't get it. Go broke. Go hope it's pathetic. Pro-choice, pronouns, pro-love, you're progressive. But you ain't pro-gun, no one to protect you. Where the American flags at? Remember when people would hang those? They ain't selling so bad. Terrified fan.
What?
I was way too upset.
This is like a Dare commercial. This is like an after-school special. Like this is as hard as Ben is ever gonna look, and it's him just with a hoodie on. It's so awkward. What would Ben do?
Like listen, my pockets are fat.
Oh my God, that hoodie!
August Yamaka, homie, no cap. Look at the grass, look at my charts. You're blowing money, expressing cards. My television talks, no one knows who you are. Keep hating on me on the internet, my comment section, all woke Karens. And I make racks off compound interest. Y'all live with your parents. Nikki, take some notes. I just did this for fun. All my people download this. Let's
You know
get
why I
a
think
billboard
they
number.
had him on this? Because didn't someone do a remix of Ben Shapiro singing the lyrics to WAP?
Yeah.
And that kind of went viral. So someone's like, well, then maybe this guy's got potential.
Do you know what this reminds me of? I feel like Ben Shapiro looks like a disabled kid that Tom McDonald's exploiting for clicks. He just looks so awkward the entire time. He looks like he doesn't want to be there, but he knows that it'll give him some street cred. Do you see what
I don't hate it. I think it's funny.
I just
think
peed
it's
and
very
came back. I
entertaining.
thought it was an SNL skit. It's not.
Did
you guys
I was
didn't
saying earlier, it looks like this is AI generated. He's actually not there.
Oh, it does look like that a little bit. You know what, though? I believe that because I remember when Tom McDonald was supposed to go on SimpCast and he doesn't like leaving without his wife. And I guess they don't like flying a lot. So it's quite possible they were filmed separately and then put together through editing.
And his hoodie is wrinkled. It's so weird. It's like too big for him too.
He does look like a little kid.
And it looks like he bought. Well, someone said earlier, it looks like he borrowed his boyfriend's sweater.
Yeah, oversized as sheet.
Why is it the Dare logo? Like, why
That's
is it
what I was
Dare?
going to say. I was like, is that a Dare?
It is.
Yeah.
But it
Rap
says
music is a music,
back.
and if you think it is, you're stupid. Now he's rapping. See, we can all change our opinion. He probably felt rap music was stupid back in 2012 when he was not a rapper, but now in 2024 he is a rapper.
He's a gatekeeper, Chrissy. He's a gatekeeping girl boss.
No, he's a gelt keeper because he's Jewish.
Right.
Get it? That's a Jewish joke. Gelt.
He's a gatekeeping girl. You know what though? It's funny to me because I just feel like
the candy, the chocolate coins.
You know, Ben Shapiro is one of those people I feel like just doesn't understand the entertainment industry because every once in a while Daily Wire does make a good movie. Like I really liked it was like Fight when it was about a girl like in a school, it was during a school shooting and she was basically taking on the school shooting. It was such a good movie. And then they watched this movie called Lady Ballers and it was the worst. Like the production quality was terrible. The comedy was all over the place.
The stakes are extremely low.
The script, I feel like as someone, I don't know, the script writing was all over the place. It didn't really seem like they knew what they were trying to do. The pacing was terrible. I feel like they're so focused on their own biased message. Because this thing is like, when you watch a movie, the reason why woke movies are doing bad isn't because they're necessarily liberal. it's because the pacing is terrible and the movie is so focused on trying to pound down the messaging, they completely throw everything else out the window. So they don't think about pacing or script writing or plot design or character development. And like, ironically enough, like a lot of the movies coming out of Daily Wire, they're doing the exact same thing. They're so focused on their message, they're not really sure on how to deliver it properly. So Daily Wire has become like almost, it has the exact problems woke media does today. I feel like the problem with Hollywood and a problem with like a lot of today's media is that they're not focused on actually just entertaining people and trying to make them feel something. Instead, they're just pounding down ideas into their brain without actually giving them a chance to really consume it properly.
That
Well,
and
if-
lip fillers. And
If
Yes.
the Daily Wire really wants to prioritize comedy, they got to get more comedy people in there, comedy writers.
You
stand-up
should work for
comics.
them. You should be like,
if
yo,
I had a
do
nickel
this
for-
right.
Yes, I'm happy they got Tyler Fisher in there and maybe a couple others, but like they'd have to really hire a lot of comedy people. Maybe they could look and see who maybe was disenfranchised or silenced. The 2010s, that was like those were the golden years, the early aughts in the 2010s. We had so many great comedy movies come out, and now they're all afraid to even touch the genre. Like, go find some of those guys who have the chops to write comedy movies.
Well, there's plenty of comedians who've been fucked over by the COVID shit who are probably looking for jobs.
true.
You know what I mean?
Everybody got fucked over that COVID shit.
You
Are
can't
kidding
just
me?
dabble in writing a comedy film. Like, you have to
No.
really commit and bring in the truth.
Well, that's the thing is, the problem is people are trying too hard to dabble in a bunch of different things. Like, who I really is a great example of this is Mint Salad, and she is awesome. I wish she was here with us right now because she's
Great
amazing.
boobs too.
Great tits. And the thing is
Autistic
that
boobs.
yes, autistic boobs. She does movie reviews, and she says, you know what? I'm not an expert in this. I'm still learning, but that's why I'm doing this over and over. She's not trying to be something she's not, and that's why, like, I wish Daily Wire would actually bring in people who know how to write comedies, actually know how to write.
Well, it's not their
films and make
priority.
moves.
It's news is their priority. They're all news
Then focus
guys.
on
They're
the damn
all-
news. Why even make movies to begin with? It's so cringe. It's so if you're gonna make movies, do it right. I have a special appreciation for movies. Like, if I were to ever go back in time, I would have never done a political career ever. The 2 years of my life I did that, I should have actually done movie reviews because that's something I've always been passionate about. And to watch someone just be like, oh, we're gonna make movies to own the libs and not actually do the proper work to make a film really bugs me, because movies are meant to be timeless. They're meant to be loved and cherished and make people feel and think things and really come together as a community. And instead they're just like, well, we're just gonna make money owning the libs. It bugs me.
Well,
And
it
true,
may
they're
not
making-
necessarily be that though, because they are just starting out, and maybe they're gonna have a couple bumps in the road, and they're learning, and we'll see if they learn from that. Then great. If they don't, then they're
It won't last
doing
anyway.
Yeah,
They'll-
exactly.
It
They'll
was their
X
first
themselves
round.
out.
And they very much feel like, oh, we can do this ourselves because they're making their own version of Snow White with Brett Cooper. So they probably thought, oh, we can make our own.
Who, by the
comedy
way, perfect
movie.
casting. I mean, she looks like Snow White.
She does look like
She does.
her.
She
And you know what?
really
She
does.
has an acting background too, which
She
I
does, yeah.
appreciate.
And there's a new Snow White now, or did they?
Yeah,
Another new Snow White.
Yeah, there's another one.
There's a club of them.
We don't. My whole thing is also like my big thing with Disney making a lot of these princess remakes. I have a huge appreciation for Snow White. Snow White's actually my favorite princess growing up.
That's actually mine too. Actually,
Mhm. And so when what's her name? The chick from West Side Story was playing Snow White for Disney. When I went on a huge J-Lo? No, it's
J-Lo. Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, Rachel Ziegler.
Oh, yeah.
When I went on a rant.
She's awful. God.
She's awful. And I remember, I don't know if Chris, you remember this, but I went on a huge rant when I was at Amy Matsuri on the SimpCast.
You
panel with Amy
did.
Matsuri.
That was a
I was
great
like,
rant.
this is awful, because the thing is, she's talking about Snow White as if she's not the most important movie ever made in Disney, because she really is. She's the first animated feature film ever made by Disney, ever made in general. She's the first movie to ever have a soundtrack. She's the first movie to really introduce so much different animation technology that's still used today, which is why so much animation has progressed the way it has because of Snow White, of Walt Disney's Snow White. So for her to not acknowledge the importance of this movie just because it wasn't, her favorite, she's just really not just spitting on Snow White as a character, but spitting on the Walt Disney Company overall. And you know, it just really broke my heart when also I just don't think Disney should be making remakes of everything. I would like to actually see new princesses and new storylines and new things that are different from what they'd had before.
Yes,
Like,
let's
they don't
see a
need to just-
migrant princess movie.
Well, that's what bugs me is that they keep race casting, like re-race casting all these princesses. Why don't you just make new princesses who are black and who are Latina and who are just make new ones. Just create new stories.
Yeah.
Is the Princess and the Frog, has that been made into a live action?
I don't think so.
Well, is that the Black Princess?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually
that
love
movie,
Princess
wasn't
and the Frog.
Wait,
Princess
I'm
and the
sorry,
Frog
is that what
is
it's
my
called?
favorite.
I'm not a huge...
It's one of my favorites.
They should have given her, but they should have given her more screen time though, because in the actual movie, someone counted it was like she's only actually the princess for 15 minutes.
Yeah, she's very much a frog the whole time.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, never actually a princess. She's human for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But,
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Well, then there's Wish, but Wish, she's not a princess. She's like an assistant to the king or something like that.
Well, she was focusing on her career, so that might be.
So it's just frustrating.
Big of them.
I'm surprised they haven't made an Elena of Avalon movie yet. I really think that they could do a lot with that because it is a pretty interesting character, and there's
Oh my god,
so
my
much
kids
love
loved
for
that
her.
show. Holy
Like,
shit, we watched that so much.
There's so much they could do with that as a movie. Like, why hasn't she gotten a movie yet? I don't understand that. Like,
They're
there's
too
so
busy
much-
remaking old stuff to piss people off. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. And there's a lot of lore overseas of like princesses, strong women in different countries. And it baffles
Plenty
me
of
why they don't
stories.
go and find out these stories and make these into film.
There's plenty of stories out there. That's what I'm saying. It drives me crazy that they're not just creating new stories and new characters rather
Yeah, how
than
about like a princess
diversity hiring.
We call her Princess Target, and one day she's like, "I don't want to loot anymore. I want to pay for these clothes." Like, I could write a whole.
Chrissy, this is your next
fucking
movie. Okay, don't
script.
give away your ideas.
That can be your first job with Daily Wire.
Yeah.
For this
Target. Set in California.
I don't want to fight in the Miami airport.
Princess of Target. She was tired of running with no one chasing after her.
She was tired, yeah, of getting bumped.
The
with
little
hangers.
looter.
The little looter. Yes,
That's a great name, Courtney. The
I
little
wanna
looter.
be.
I like that.
That's actually not that crazy considering
What?
anime makes like a whole anime based off of a guy being a vending machine.
What?
What?
Yeah.
I can see that.
There's an anime where a
Anime's
guy
weird.
is literally a vending machine. Or
Which
something.
one's that?
I don't remember the name of it. My friend was telling me about it.
I don't watch anime.
So I'm sure someone in
Like
chat
a
knows the name
panty
of
vending
it.
machine. I've heard they have those made.
Oh, they have socks, panties. They're vending
Cool.
machines on every like street.
That's amazing.
Do they sell clean panties in a vending machine? I would be interested in that.
too.
Probably a little bit of both.
That'd be
You
useful.
never know when you're gonna have a long day.
It's like random. You get what you take. Oh fuck! I got the clean pair.
Take
I
the
know.
panty.
Dang
Another
it, I
panty.
wanted the dirty ones.
Like the dirty one.
Right? It's, I
on
would
the
love it if it was
counter.
like a blind bag. Like you don't know what you're gonna get.
Oh, no.
Worn, not worn. Who knows?
Give it a sniff.
No.
Scratch and sniff.
I think of like
This is gold. We're losing money not creating this
Yes,
right now.
but I would like one of the uncrustable panties.
no. There's this character in an anime called Fairy Tale, and his whole power is like perfume and smelling. And like whenever he like goes up to a girl, he goes sniff sniff, and like it makes
Is it
me just
Joe
think of the
Biden?
whole-
Yeah.
What?
Is it Joe Biden?
Sniff, sniff.
Sniff, sniff.
Honestly, I never
I
thought of that.
She doesn't
Sniff,
alert you that
sniff.
he's going to smell you.
Oh yeah. Creep. Who would have guessed? Who would have thunk it?
Thanks for the super chat. Vince McMahon allegedly took a dump on some poor girl's head.
What?
Yeah.
Who would have thunk it? He's a
allegedly.
creeper. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did the
Gross.
old
We'll have to
Cleveland
fact check
steamer.
that.
He's
Marcus
such an
Henry.
obvious creep. Like it's Like people are
Oh,
acting
yeah.
surprised. Like
Not
guys.
gonna lie, this is the good cringe. Oh yes, Ben Shapiro. I think it's funny. Kim Coulter. No, they were already friends, Ben and Tom. And no, I think Ben used Tom for sure. I think it's kind of funny.
I don't care who
Simon,
used who.
Simon
They're all
Ho.
sucking each other's dicks anyway.
Slow the video speed by 25%, and Ben Shapiro sounds normal.
That's true. As a
Okay.
fellow incredibly fast speaker, he does not. I mean, he's probably got faster bars than most rappers, just relative, like just speaking, just his normal speaking voice. So
Yes,
He's gonna lean more
very
more
catchy.
into like the Eminem style. You know,
I don't think he's
Get
got
some
that
Yeah.
in him. He does not have that in him at all. I don't think he's got to stick way too far up his ass to pull that off. I think.
Wow. Hayden, thank you for the yellow boy. I'm not a big fan of Ben. He's a smart dude, though. He's memeing on himself in this, though. He called himself the best rapper in the world. It's obvious. It's just a meme on
Yeah,
the
he's totally
weirdos.
trolling.
Lol.
The fact that
I think
Nicki
it's obvious.
Minaj responded to it.
that was dumb.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she did. She said it wasn't bad or something.
Coulter, thank you, Kim. The latest DW projects was just a bad Juana Man ripoff. Well, they're trying. Who knows? I applaud them for attempting it. Jacob Rottenbot, Daily Wire cast Vincent Gallo in a movie Google Brown Bunny lol.
I don't trust that. I don't trust that Google search they're trying to get us to look up.
Marcus Henry, say what you want, but Brett Cooper is up next at DW. She has the second most subscribers on the team. She's on pace to pass up Ben. To be honest, it's insane. Yeah, she's crushing it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hayden, for the orange boy. Disney has a new motto: let the past die so the future can live. They say it in multiple movies. That's the whole motto of the woke. It is, yeah, ruin the past so you can make your new diarrhea ideas be the only thing that lives on. Yep.
And they ride on the
Better.
coattails of the past so that they can have their products, which is crap.
Yeah, they'll take the fan base and the nostalgia of the past and all the customers, but screw the values and everything that made it successful.
And that's why Star Wars is shit now.
It's so much easier to just redo old stuff than come up with new ideas, and it's all a cash grab. Really, that's all it is.
Look at Broadway. There's not really a lot new on Broadway. It's all their School of Rock, Legally Blonde.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
All
I was,
older movies.
like,
And I love those music. I mean, I love Legally Blonde the musical, but it's not too many original ideas.
With Broadway, though,
Yeah.
you see it in the moment, whereas you could play a movie anytime. So there's
Yeah, live
value in
performance
that.
is a little bit different, I think.
They're
but
also a little
And you have to be
different
more
too, like-
talented to do
It's
it.
not. Yeah, it's not about the morals or whatever. They're just seem to be
Yeah.
running out of ideas.
Yes.
Spider-Man. I think they like killed 6 Spider-Mans. He was flying through the air, and the rigging was bad. That's the only. And Bono wrote it. It had to have something to do with it. But wrote the music. But yeah, I think people just kind of run out of things to say.
Yeah.
Simon Ho, Little Mermaid was an abomination. No way in any universe exists a black woman who can't talk. That's
Or a
fun.
black woman in the ocean. Like I feel like wouldn't that be hard?
Swimming jokes. They just write themselves. Thank you, Valiant.
No, I mean
Brandon.
like melanin and
like
I'll see you this week, sir. So
Halle
excited.
Bailey's actually.
Cheers to SimpCast. Thank you, Valiant.
I think she's a good singer. I think she's actually really cute. My biggest issue with that whole
I
movie
think she's
was
adorable.
the cinematography was awful. The costuming was shit.
I didn't see it.
Everything was all over the place. Like that's the thing is like Halle Bailey wasn't even the issue with the Little Mermaid movie. I actually thought she was really cute. My issue is that they clearly did everything so cheap, from the costuming to like the cinematography, and I just really feel like it was an obvious cash grab at that point. But
They didn't even shoot it in a real ocean.
well, yeah, yeah.
The Titanic, so you know.
It's all a
Sam,
cash
thank you,
grab.
Sam. You haven't truly experienced Chrissie's OF wink joke until you've seen it live and with a pregnant Chrissy. So hot. See her prags while you can all. Well, your last chance is next month, February 24th at Tiff's and Morris Plains with Keanu Thompson. here.
Unless you get knocked up again, there might be other opportunities later.
That's true.
Oh my God, that would be a miracle of science.
Please stop it, Chrissy.
Dave Chandler, Ashton's right about Snow White. That movie brought escapism and joy to millions of people in the Great Depression. Zegler and the woke just don't get it. No, they
It's
don't.
woke. It has little people in it.
That's the reason that the whole Disney company even exists. That's the first ever Disney full-length feature film ever made. It's the first fully-length feature animated film ever made in history. I mean, it's the reason why the Disney company
made
exists today.
kids. It was just made as a movie. It's like not an animated like targeted towards kids. It was just targeted towards people. It wasn't. I mean, like now usually animated movies are targeted towards children. That's not the case with Snow White. It was absolutely groundbreaking. And so the idea that this chick's out here spitting all over it and then bitching about the role that she has to play, and then making snarky comments about the storyline, and well, she doesn't need to be saved by some prince and blah blah blah. It's
When
just
she said he was stalking her, when the prince was stalking her, I straight gasped. Because there's a whole backstory. Because if you watch the first, because Disney didn't have enough time to put in everything, but if you see the prince when he sees Snow White, the reason she runs away isn't because she's scared, it's because she's in rags. Because she has this evil
Aw.
stepmother who makes her wear rags. And so when they were
She needed a
children-
glow up.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
So when they were children, they actually knew each other from like family gatherings and balls. So it wasn't like he was stalking her. It was like they knew each other as kids, and they were clearly
She was
very much in
embarrassed.
love. And she was embarrassed because she was in
Yeah,
rags.
she's like, I'm in sweatpants. Look away. I don't have makeup on.
They
Yeah,
knew
it's not
each
there.
other. They
Find on my
knew each
Botox,
other.
for Christ's
It wasn't
sake.
like he was stalking her. It's just, if you're gonna play a role, do your research. It's why I have issues with Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and I know it's a hot take, but like, she does the voice wrong anyway. But if you're gonna play a role, do your research at least. Like, I'm surprised that like she didn't sit down and actually look into what Snow White was, or the making of Snow White, what Walt Disney went through to
They
create
purposely
this movie.
don't.
I'm not surprised.
They tell you not to do research on characters and movies and games because they don't want you to have that skew your representation.
They
when
want you to
do
play the role the
acting.
way they want it
Yes.
played, and you're
Mhm.
just supposed to read the script and do as you're told.
Is that why Tomb Raider is no longer good? I mean, that's the thing is, I'm so upset when Witcher comes back and it's not Henry Cavill. I mean, I keep thinking,
nobody
oh,
should ever
Did
play.
you watch the last season? It was so bad though.
yeah,
Who's
I
playing?
know.
It was like I had to stop midway. That first part after that ball, I was like, really? We're gonna go
Yeah.
back and forth time and all that, and that song.
But that's the thing too, is like, why do they keep making like taking these things that people love, and they're saying, you know what, we're not going to care about the source material. We're just going to slap the name on it and claim it's the same thing when it's not, and just make like, if you really so desperately want to tell your own story with your own characters, why not just write a whole ass script
Make
with different
something
names?
new, right? Yeah.
You know, because that's what they're doing at the end. In the end, they are creating something new, but they need a marketable name on it, apparently, and it's just pissing
Because
people
again,
off.
it's a cash grab. It has nothing to do with the art or any of that stuff. It is just a cash grab. It's like,
Except they're not
slap-
making money. That's the worst part.
Well, that's why you're starting to see them back away from it, because they're realizing that this is not a good game plan and it's not working out for them. And they thought they were going to be able to, do that whole woke grab where they could get people to come in just because, oh look, we put a black girl in this role. Come watch this movie, and they realized that that's not going to be as effective as they were hoping it was going to be. So
I think it worked with, and this isn't like changing the narrative. I liked when, so all those teen movies like 10 Things I Hate About You. It's a Shakespeare. It's based on Taming of the Shrew.
So
Yeah.
That works. It's just a reimagining.
but that's clever. Yeah, it's a reimagining. It's not a redo.
I don't mind that at
Yeah.
all. Even She's the Man.
She's
is
the Man.
based
I
on
love that
Twelfth Night.
one.
Yeah.
And it's
Cruel
hilarious.
Intentions.
Yeah.
Cruel
right.
Intentions
Yeah.
was Dangerous
Right.
Liaisons. I mean,
Or right. There's
Clueless was
Clueless.
literally Jane Austen. So
see,
the
exactly.
Leo
That's a fun
DiCaprio
way to-
Romeo and Juliet. That
Yes.
was
Oz Lerman, Romeo and
fun.
Juliet
Oz
is one of my
Lerman.
favorite fucking movies, but it's still Romeo and Juliet. But
Yeah.
instead of swords, there's guns with the Jesus Christ.
It's
on
a
it, and,
modernized,
and
yeah.
they're doing acid, and
it's still very clever. It's
yeah,
still
it's
very
cool.
clever.
I think that's a cool way
Hi,
to
Chrissy.
Chrissy stuff.
that. Right.
Chrissy, check out.
She's making OnlyFans content in that bathroom right now.
Right?
She's just too
She's
polite to say
pregnant,
it.
y'all. She's pregnant. She's
She's
got to pee a lot.
pregnant.
She's
Right.
got to pee a lot. Seriously. I know. You
She's
pee a lot.
screaming.
She's
She's
streaming.
Streaming while streaming. Love it. Streamception.
That's funny shit.
Ashton, you say so. Well, what is your favorite film? I always ask people this because
My favorite film ever made is actually Big Fish.
Big Fish. It's a great movie.
What is that?
It's a Tim Burton film. Oh my goodness. It has Ewan McGregor as the main character. Basically, it's about this young boy who is now a man, and he grew up his whole life, his father basically telling him
Rip
his fables
Torn,
of his
which
life.
is the most iconic name ever.
And he basically is like, hey, his dad's on his deathbed. This guy is married, about to have his firstborn child, and says, hey, Dad, I need to know who you really are, because everything you've ever told me, I think is a lie, because everything you've told me is these ridiculous stories about you, you know, being part of the circus and, like, you know, finding an abandoned town and blah, 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 blah. He doesn't believe anything his dad told him. And it's basically about a father and son coming together and his sort of son having to accept his father for who he is. But it's a really beautiful story. And then Ewan McGregor plays the father character in, like, the, I guess, like, all the flashbacks. It's a really good movie.
It is. It's a good movie. My God.
No,
I
heard
love
of
that
it. I'll look
movie.
into it.
Yeah, I don't
Ewan
think I've seen
McGregor
it.
in Moulin Rouge. That was, I mean, good God. I think when I watched it over and over again, I was like, I'm feeling things that I don't know what this is. Jesus God. I loved that movie so much. Jeez.
Chrissy sending rhinos into the chat.
Good night, Mister said we can hear you breathing. To Chrissy.
I regret every day that I said this to her. She's breathing heavily. She's pregnant. She's coming
God,
back.
it's only going to get worse for her too.
Yeah.
Well, she's in her third trimester. She only has 12 weeks left-ish or something.
Those are
like-
the hardest
Those are
weeks,
the worst.
though. It's so
Especially as it
hard.
gets warmer too.
She still wants to
Yeah.
do. She like does everything. I'm like terrified. I'm like, don't pick that up. It's a thimble. I don't know.
Yeah. Chrissy's
What?
like,
She's
"That
not
works?"
broken.
Chrissy, the baby's going to get bigger and push up on your lungs. Of course it's going to get worse.
Yes, it's gonna get worse. I'm sorry to tell you, it is gonna get worse. Like, it's, I mean, I shouldn't be so negative about it as you're pregnant, but it's not awful. But it is just like the baby gets bigger, it pushes on all your organs, it like shifts things
You'll get short
around.
of breath.
You
It's-
feel
You're
very
making her
unhealthy.
not want to have a baby. Like,
No,
She
no,
has
a baby already. She
She
can't go
did.
back.
You can't go back. There's no going back.
Chrissy, that
And
thing
Erica,
is
I'm not trying to
great.
scare her. I'm just being honest with her. I'd rather tell her the
Yeah.
truth than
Well,
Oh
I don't
my
think the birth is
gosh.
going to be bad. It's going to slide right
No.
out. It's a boy. It's
She's
just
going to
walk
like
out.
sneeze
gonna
and the
be
baby will come
fine.
out. I have a feeling.
I
she's
have
gonna
a
be
feeling
fine.
too. Right. No,
It's fine. Like billions of women have gone through it. You're gonna be just fine, my friend. It's okay.
no,
All right.
Oh
did
my
she
God.
tell you like she won't eat a thing that like it's not on a you know.
I was the
checklist
same way.
or-
I was
Yeah.
really weird about that stuff. Like I wouldn't eat like lunch meat or anything.
You won't
Like
eat that, yeah.
nothing.
We ate dinner and then she was like, oh, TCBY. And then she was like, wait, is it pasteurized? I ran in there. I was like, madam, are these soft serve yogurts pasteurized? She was like, yo no sé. She just handed us a gallon of milk. Like,
Put a gallon of milk on the
ingredients. I don't know
counter.
what I'm talking about.
My plan is I will lose weight to counteract the baby gaining weight. So
You
I'm
don't
gonna
want a
get
thin
smaller.
baby.
I'm gonna get
You
smaller. as
shouldn't
the baby
lose
gets
weight while
bigger.
you're pregnant. That would be
No.
horrible.
Oh,
That's
you
terrible.
do
That's a
that.
really
Like,
bad
that-
idea.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna do a
Unless
juice
you're
cleanse.
like morbidly obese, that's not a good idea. Like if you're morbidly obese and you're pregnant, it's okay to like very cautiously and under physician supervision attempt to lose weight while also being pregnant, but you're not, so you should not.
Who have had a lap band surgery that they have to basically unsnap it if you get pregnant. They have to go in there and like
So you can eat.
so that you can eat more.
Never thought about that. What
Yeah.
on earth?
That would make sense though. Okay.
Yeah, I know. They have to go in and unsnap it. Oh,
Yeah, they gotta undo it like a seatbelt. But you know what I will definitely do is if I blow up and I get very rich and famous, I will have no qualms about asking people to donate money to my son's baseball team.
Thank you.
I saw
Thank
Chris
you.
Benoit donated
segue.
to her baseball fund.
What?
This bitch.
Bitch. Alyssa Milano was blasted for launching fundraiser for son's baseball trip. Lost her mind. The fans are
What?
not charmed. Alyssa Milano is being dragged by her social media followers for launching a GoFundMe to benefit her 12-year-old son, Milo. Of course, his name is Milo. Baseball team. My son's baseball team is raising money for their Cooperstown trip, she tweeted on Thursday. Any amount would be so greatly appreciated. The fundraiser has a goal of 10 grand and already has raised more than 7,600 at the time of publishing.
She could pay the full 10 grand if she wanted to.
You know what else she could do? She could get on the subway with a box of candy and be like,
Yes, like all the other migrants.
Cars. I used to have to wash cars to raise money for my softball team. I'm washing cars. Shit stains.
Given that she's a famous actress, how do you pronounce this? Neetsons felt the Castle Star 51 shouldn't be asking people for money to fund the Birds 12U team. Why isn't Alyssa Milano paying for the whole trip herself? Tweeted one user. Why is she asking for money from people who can barely buy groceries?
Wait, that's his son?
Well, I think he's probably older now.
Oh, he's 12 years old, right?
He's little there.
I'm like, good God.
Yes, this was it. This was the tweet in question from Thursday.
Well, maybe was it after or was it like I have a lot of followers. I'll just tweet this. Something like that.
Like the signal boost, but even then it's almost in bad taste because if you
Alyssa Milano, she's worth $10 million.
Is she?
But-
Did we
but
look up her
even-
net worth? Yeah.
even past that, like if you're going to put your children through sports teams and organized sports, you have to fork over the money to send your kids to do things like this.
Yes.
Why are you asking other people? You put your child there. This was possibly going to be something that they were going to do. So if you knew it, why aren't you paying it as the parents?
My parents were not millionaires. I fucking begged them. I was like, all I want is to be sent away to diving camp in Indiana. I'm like, that's all I want. And they fucking scrapped it. It was like a birthday gift.
My mom was a
Christmas
single
gift.
mom.
It was many gifts. And
Also, shouldn't Alyssa Milano's son be in a very rich school?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't
These
know.
are all rich kids, I guarantee it, and they all have rich parents who have rich friends. By the way, you want to raise money? Ask your friends. Don't put it out on Twitter.
No, it's like okay.
And she immediately turned the comments off, by the way, because she knew she was going to get roasted. So
let's go.
I mean, it has to be a misstep, or maybe she has some sort of strange shopping addiction and she's down on her luck. I can't imagine. I don't know.
I just think she's completely neurotic and out of touch.
Yes, very out of touch. To not know how this is going to come off to the average person.
Yes, you would have to.
And
again, what's wrong with like going and selling some candy bars or washing some cars? Like, why are these kids just doing? Let's just throw up a GoFundMe and ask mommy's rich friends to donate. Go
sell
raise
lemonade
money
or
yourself.
something.
I had to do it. Like,
work for it.
Yeah.
Well,
not even mommy's rich friends. It's like it's mommy's fans who are not rich, who idolized her from whatever role.
Why did mommy ask her rich friends?
This is giving Oprah and The Rock asking everybody to donate money for Maui. That's what this is giving.
Yeah.
It is. Okay, so her net worth is $10 million, right?
And that's just her. That's not including her husband, who is a CAA agent.
Well, 10 million in LA, when Kim's a billionaire, maybe they are poor in LA. You know, like Kim is a billionaire. You know, I mean, even she's the poorest Kardashian is far richer, which is Kendall.
Aren't you
is
Alyssa
far
Milano?
richer than Alyssa Milano. So maybe it's all about perspective. She was like, "Hey, I don't know, why is this weird? I'm poor here."
Let's see how much they've raised. Wow, they've hit their goal. They raised $11,220. So congrats, boys. Enjoy the trip to Cooperstown, which by the way, like it's
what
I could
about the
drive
extra
there.
money? Where's that going to go now that they've hit their goal?
Also, she doxed her child's baseball game.
Yeah.
Right.
She's going to show up there protesting. They're like,
yeah,
"What's
the
going
birds.
on?"
Yeah, everybody knows what team her kid plays for now.
This is tone deaf because you're obviously using your fame, your name, your celebrity
You're
to
doxing
make
your child
to make money for this instead of like I don't know. It's like what you said. It's similar to Oprah and The Rock. Like they're not going to put their own money towards this. And then the comments I see from people who I assume are rich go, "Oh, well, it's not the responsibility of wealthy parents to just pay for everything all the time."
They're your kids.
Whose is
Right.
it then?
She
Right,
could have
the government?
Whose responsibility is it? They're your kids. They're not my kids. Why should I be paying for your kid to go to Cooperstown?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, especially your
It was
fans
odd.
who don't make as much as you do.
Yeah. Hey, there's Hardlands Media. Shout out to Kit.
Yes. Is she asking for money? Isn't she rich? Right. It's a little bit like, do you
She
want to make it
didn't-
seem like you're broke, or are you just so out of touch?
Yeah.
No, she just obviously it's not her responsibility to pay for the entire team
No.
or anything for them
Oh,
to get there, but they would have made the money.
This fucking girl, Nicole. What is she supposed to do? Fund the entire trip for the team just because she's Alyssa Milano? It's the team organizing it, not her. Get a grip, Chrissy.
Get a grip.
Oh wow.
Chrissy.
Okay.
Get a grip.
She shouldn't have tweeted it. She should have given a lump sum, like paid for half or like given what she could.
Right.
To tweet this is absolutely insane. To ask like random fan strangers to pay for the trip is completely out of touch.
And I responded simply just with yes, like
Yes.
this is due, fund it, yes, or don't tweet about it.
She could
Yes.
easily.
There's better things to fund money towards that are more dire.
She
than
got
a
one
kid's
like.
baseball.
She got one
Her
like.
response to one like.
She thought she's trying to outwit the Whipmaster. Good luck, Nicole. Yeah. It's this whole thing is like, okay, you're rich. Everyone at least perceives you as being rich, right? You have a well-to-do agent husband. So then don't tweet about it. Don't e-beg in the form of posting about your GoFundMe.
It was
Because it's like,
completely insane. She
It's
must
bad
be
taste.
yeah, right.
It's so insane that part of me wonders if this wasn't like some ploy to just like get people talking about her and become relevant in some way.
That's a really good point, actually.
I mean, they do this kind of stuff all the time. They create drama and controversy and just to get their names in the news again. So I would not be surprised if that were this. I don't know if she's smart enough to do something like that. Her husband might be. She
why
doesn't
would
seem
she
all that bright
ask
to me.
her rich friends. Nicole is a producer from Bloomberg and has the Greece flag in her profile. Well, at least it's not the Ukrainian flag.
Maybe her son just stole her phone. She doesn't even know this is up. And was like, please donate to my
That's
baseball
funny.
team. Yeah.
That Ethan guy said, I find it hard to believe Alyssa has friends. Fair point. That still, the video of Rose McGowan being interviewed about her is still one of my favorite videos of all time. And they're like, I'm not even joking. If I feel like shit, I'll just like watch Rose McGowan tear Alyssa Milano apart. And
I've
it makes
never
me feel
seen
better.
it.
Oh,
my
it's
God,
so
what
good.
did say? Yeah.
Somebody is talking to her about how Alyssa created Time's Up, and she was really responsible for getting the whole women's thing, the Time's Up movement started. And she's like, are you proud of her? Because Alyssa Milano and Rose McGowan obviously worked together on Charmed. And she says, somebody or the interviewer is like, are you proud of her? And she says, you have to watch it because Rose is so unbelievably badass in the clip. She's like,
well, didn't Rose try calling people out like years and years ago, and then nobody believed her?
Yes, I've
So-
talked to Rose McGowan on one of my other shows, and
She
she's
just
amazing.
tells it like it is. Yeah.
Tatum always knows best.
Hold on, I can send it to you in the.
Ooh, okay. I know Brittany and XRay Girl have to go. I didn't know if you guys wanted to discuss the latest Eliza Blue drama.
I don't even know what's going on.
She has resurfaced.
I haven't
She
heard
has,
about her in a hot minute.
She has come
I
up
have
for
a little bit of
air.
a story about that.
I am so upset with
pulled this
her.
up.
Oh shit!
I was gonna say I haven't had dinner yet, and I have no idea about this topic, so I might just take my leave now. And I'm so hungry.
XRay Girl,
I'm so
tell the
sorry.
good people where they can find you.
Extra Girl everywhere. So thank you, Chrissy. I'm sorry I have to go. I feel bad.
No, it's
You
okay. I
look
really
cute,
like
though.
that sweater.
Thank
I love
you.
that.
Thank you.
It's
Enjoy your
fun.
food.
Bye, darling.
Hoodie
I
fit.
will. All right.
Bye, XRay Girl.
Chrissy, I just put that in the private chat. I think
And
this is just the short clip.
Gosh, she's so pretty.
I see.
She's
Okay, I'll play this,
She's
and then we
so
will
pretty.
launch into the Eliza Blue.
I've been meaning to cosplay as her in Scream for a while now. She's so.
I love Rose so much.
She's got a great face.
Yeah, she
If
does.
She doesn't have such a good face. She could not pull off
know.
this.
And
very
she's
short hair.
honestly such a badass. Like I've talked to her, she's such a badass.
Planet
Former
Terror, where she has the
Charmed
machine
co-star
gun leg. My
Alyssa
God.
Milano gets a lot of credit for helping me to go viral.
Oh, I know this clip.
Oh yeah, I've seen
Look at her
this.
face. So
watch this.
So
Are
Listen
you
to her.
proud of her? I don't like her.
I don't like her.
Listen, hold on.
How'd she hold her face like that?
I think she's a lie.
Because I think she's a lie.
Do you think I don't know these people?
Woo.
I'm not looking at this from the outside. I have a lot of experience.
Looks like
I
a
know
little
she's married
lizard
to
on her,
CIA
but it's
agent.
the
Do the
microphone.
math. Who's behind Time's Up? CAA. Where do they meet? CAA. Who needs good PR? CAA. Who are part of the pimp problem? CAA. These are very powerful people you're talking
Listen.
about. They are. So am I.
So am I.
She's so bad.
I know my nipples are hard. Oh my
God, my
God.
dick
Yeah.
got hard.
I love her so much.
Oh no, she's yeah.
The
That
balls
was.
on her.
They are.
Uh,
So
it-
am I.
Yeah, I didn't. I've never watched Charm.
Ooh.
Alyssa Milano is the. Is it? What else is she famous for? The
Who's the
Charm-
boss?
Charmed. I know
Alyssa Milano. It's from the
Scream.
80s. She was in it with Tony Danza. It's like a little sitcom thing. And then she was also, I think she did like a hosting job for like Project Runway All Stars or some bullshit.
Yes.
Oh, listen, I thought I was talking about Rose.
No, Rose is like has a pretty prolific movie star career.
The
Like she's been in a lot
Housewives
of films.
show is that not no?
Is what?
Not the Real Housewives. The Wisteria Lane ones. No, not her. I don't know. I've never watched it.
The Witches of Eastwick?
No, that's
They're not
a great
in that.
movie.
Are you talking
Yeah.
about Desperate Housewives?
Desperate Housewives? I
Yeah.
confused Alyssa with somebody else.
No,
Yeah.
no, she's not on that.
No.
I don't think.
I don't
I've
think
never
so.
watched that show, but I don't think she is.
Someone in the chat's asking an important question. What is CAA?
It's a agency. It's a talent agency.
Creative
and
artist
Oh.
agency. They're
They're shady as fuck.
They're a
They're
management
shady
firm.
as fuck.
Yeah, that would make sense.
It's like the
One of the big
Weinstein.
It's like United Talent. It's a
Oh, so they
one of the
knew
big
about the
ones.
Weinstein stuff and then called them out to make them look like they
That's
weren't
who
just
Rose
as guilty.
Rose tried to call out Harvey Weinstein years ago.
I know that part.
Years ago. Like a very long time ago. And nobody listened to her. Everybody called her crazy.
I'm sorry to
Ruined her
interrupt.
career.
I gotta hop off, but thank you for having me. And yes, I did hear about Eliza Blue was like trying to come back and making denials of all the things we provided evidence for on several streams. Like it's so annoying. Like, am I gonna have to go back and like rehash like every
Yeah.
receipt again, including like she took down some people's streams too to try to cover ass. I think that in of itself speaks on the topic, but. Anyway, before I go, I just wanted to shout out to Reed Street Soap because the Valentine's Day candles are really cute.
Ooh, what does it smell like?
It smells exactly like a Hershey's Kiss. It's like very
Ooh.
much that type of chocolate. It's really, really good. I like this one a lot.
I liked their hot chocolate one.
This
They're the
one,
best.
okay, I like the hot chocolate one, but I like this one even better for sure. Like
Ooh.
this one's extra chocolatey. We have a strawberry chocolate one as well, which is good too.
Look at the
but
little
I really
hearts on
favored that
top.
one.
How cute.
So cute.
Can you send
Yeah.
a link, Britt, to me specifically? Because I'm a candle hoarder, but I've been like looking to get more candles.
Sure. I'll link it
Oh,
to
yeah.
you. But yeah, it's readsoap.shop. That's why I have it there. But I will link it to you, Ashton.
I'm burning one right now.
Yes, the
Apple-
untoward candle is burning in my bathroom right now.
Keanu cast candle, the untoward candle. They're the best. Michelle is the best. My God.
I love candles and soap, so I'm definitely going to check these guys out.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find your Twitter. Where is it?
I know Keanu
I'm
has a
the
code.
Ashton
Do you have a
Blaise.
code,
Oh,
Brittany?
Promo code Kiki Bucks for 15% off. Yeah.
Ooh.
They have, and that she's coming out with facial scrubs too. I think it might be on there. So
Yeah,
there's
one is going to be named
Michaeline's
after
Morning
your
Rush.
mom, Keanu.
Yeah. Michaeline's Morning Rush. We're gonna try it out.
Bimbo
Yeah,
flower, bimbo bars. These are definitely made by Brittany. Oh, there it is. There's her name next to them.
Yeah, I helped design like this one, for example. I kind of burned through it though, so you can't really see how pretty it was, but it has a amethyst crystal in it, and it's purple,
Ooh.
and it's because my birthday is coming up. Aquarius season's here, so
When's your
there's the
birthday?
amethyst candle. February 12th.
Oh yeah, it's already in my calendar. I already did that.
And I really like this one. It's
Do you know, Brittany? It's also my calendar for February 12th. Zia gets her boobs redone. That's
Oh, really? What
Zia's
happened?
Zia's new boob day.
To get
Wait,
them
she just
bigger?
got them
or-
done.
She's they bottomed out. She said a little
They,
bit. So
they
they're lifting them up, and
relocated.
she's making them a little bigger. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
Makes
them.
sense.
She showed them to me nude, and I thought they looked perfect. But you have to- yeah.
But also because it's my birthday, Michelle made the birthday cupcake candles. You have to use code cupcake to get it though. So
That's so cute.
yeah, this is the prototype. That's why it doesn't have the silicone cup in it, but this
And
was the
here's
prototype. And I dropped in it also.
Kiki's coconut
I love it.
candle. Must support
It smells
both
like
you guys and
birthday
get
cake.
one of each from your collections.
All right,
Ooh,
thank you
maybe
for
she's
having
the
me.
best.
Have a
Bye,
good night,
Brittany.
ladies.
Bye.
Bye, Brittany. Good to see you.
Maybe she
Somebody asked if Rose came out against Marilyn Manson. No, in fact, she defended him.
Ooh, they were together for a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see. Before we get to the Eliza Blue thing, Sam, thank you for the super chat. I had so much fun at the show, but I do have one serious bone to pick. None of you had anything for me to carry or transport. I felt so lost. Sam brought a dolly because he thought that he'd have to carry us around because he did carry around Lila at Anime Matsuri. And he assumed that he had to just hoist me, I guess.
I don't think you. I think he thought he would carry things for you on the dolly.
Oh.
Yeah. No, just in case you couldn't. We're all the lady folk. We can't pick up our own merch and things.
My merch is always in a wheelie bag. That's so sweet, though.
But that was sweet. He also, I think, brought us the
snacks.
The snacks, yes.
Which I did squirrel some in my bag. I brought back the tiny Skittles. The nerd ropes I actually did inhale on the plane. Thank you.
Oh my
Sam.
God. He
Nerd
wrote me
ropes
the
are
cute-
weird.
yeah.
They're so good. They're like they're
So
bad. They're definitely full of red 40, but the placenta will absorb all that, I'm sure. Push up Snow White broke into a house to clean it. Trad AF.
Which and she left it to the animals and birds and things to do. So
Yeah. Valiant Renegade. My wife had 3 all C-sections first, was born at 26 weeks. Whoa, that was me 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Trapped in a New Orleans hospital during Hurricane Katrina. You'll be fine. Holy cow. How is the baby now? I hope they're doing good. I guess they lived
or else
if
you
you're
wouldn't be
saying-
like,
you
oh
would
no,
have said you would have said
deceased now.
2. Yeah. Wow, it's so crazy. Yeah, I guess he could live outside. Not outside, like outdoors, but he could live outside of me at
He
this
could live
point,
outdoors
but-
too once he comes out.
Just get him a little doghouse like Snoopy.
Oh, here's your little baby door. Just go out there.
Yeah. Let me know when you need your water dish refilled. John Kennedy. Ooh, is this the John Kennedy? Is this John Fitzgerald Kennedy? Hail, Chrissie Mayr. You were the best. May I ask XRay Girl what? Oh, we just missed her. May I ask XRay Girl what's next week episode of The Forbidden Frontier will be of? Well, shoot. Now we'll never know. But thank
At least
you,
until
John.
next week.
I'm going to have an outdoor child. Yes, there'll be a lot of skimmed knees and dirt and running around and worms and puppy dog tails and what else?
Tails, puppy dog
Nails.
nails.
Definitely no iPads. That's my plan. Okay, so let's get into this Eliza Blue. I can't believe she has resurfaced after all this time. Okay. Well, I don't know my numbers. Let's start in order. That would be good. Where is number 1? Here we go. Oh, that's 3 again. Fuck, I can't see shit. Stop screen. 1.
Bing,
1.
bing, bing.
Bing, bing, bing. They're numbered, but I can't see the numbers. I'm having a Gary moment. Okay.
Don't worry.
Here's the one. This is from Dom Lucre, who I met at in Phoenix at Turning Point USA. Delightful,
Are those your
man.
feet?
These are my feet. Yes. Breaking news: Vince McMahon accused of sex trafficking by WWE staffer. He paid to keep quiet from the company. has filed a lawsuit against WWE and Vince McMahon. We all knew this. And then some guy, Sani Hurana, writes, I remember when Eliza Blue was on this beat. She was my hero. Maybe I should learn to stop idolizing humans. Now, this guy, I'm sure, has like, you know, a kind of a small following. All he said was like, don't meet your heroes, right? Like, I wish I had never met Eliza Blue. And you would think, oh, that she would ignore that. It's such a small sort of passing statement, but does she ignore it? I bet you could
I
guess.
assume not.
Yes, you're correct. Let's bring up the second one. Wish there was an easier way for me to do this, but I'm retarded.
What just makes some
And
noise?
number 2.
One,
So
two,
Eliza
and
responds with a new profile picture and everything. She's rebranded. Do you want folks who only rage bait reactionary posts about human trafficking, further profiting off of the suffering of the world's most vulnerable, or people that serve survivors and offer solutions? I'm a survivor advocate. Posting online wasn't my job. So it's like she's pretending that none of this happened. She's still on the I serve survivors instead of like I was in a music video. Let's get the third one up. She responds again. So, like this post from earlier today actually helps parents prevent predators from contacting their children on Meta. It's not an edgy clickbait post, so it won't be popular, but it's worth posting because I care about preventing exploitation before it happens. And then it's just her information for parents and caregivers. But it's like, this is not the stuff that people had a problem with. Remember, Eliza, you there were a lot of lies, there were a lot of holes in your story. There was you doing a music video at the same time you claimed to have been trafficked. But she's just pretending like none of that happened, right?
This is the first she's posted on Twitter
I think in a while. But
she's been posting off and on, very sporadically and randomly, but yeah, she's been posting.
Oh, Lila's here. Smart Lila with glasses.
Lila.
Hello.
Hi, darling.
Professor Lila.
So, Professor Lila, I love that. And so here's another tweet. And this is another reason why prevention is important. Meta documents show 100,000 children sexually harassed daily on its platforms. Which is important and good to know, but she does not address any of the bullshit surrounding her and her own story and reputation. And then Sani responds, "You didn't have to respond. I kind of wish you didn't. It only confirms that it still touches a nerve. But keep fighting the good fight. I'm in the side of truth. Hope to see you at the top." She responds again, "You at me because you wanted attention. So what have you done today to serve survivors of human trafficking?"
What have you done?
Asking an honest question.
I have to say, I've done nothing today to do that. So I maybe I didn't have a productive day, but I'm not quite sure what to do. So
asking an honest question. If you want to get involved, I have a few suggestions. So just let me know. Sonny, respect. No.
Send me money is what she's saying. Send me money.
Oops, fuck. No. Fuck me. Why can't I? Because it's this darn touch screen. No, because I miss the old Eliza, straight from the go Eliza. My mission is Africa. I just know there needs to be folks at the gates of each of these issues, folks who are passionate, unflinching, uncompromising, and unconcerned with peons on the internet. He's basically calling himself a peon. Like, why are you responding to me? Like, aren't you like better than this? Okay, that was it. Those were all the screenshots.
I love the word peon.
It is. It's underused.
Mm-hmm.
So I just was like, it's kind of sad. And like I always say, you show people what you're triggered by how you respond to things. And there are people who will pay attention and then serve you up more of that which triggers you.
Yes, we know a lot of people that do that. Like someone makes fun of you for something and then you rage like, wait, where did that come from? I was just, and then they're only going to try and trigger you more.
I just
Thankfully,
block
I'm
people.
unbothered by. I'm never bothered by anything ever in life. Not even being called Dylan Mulvaney. It doesn't bother me at all. It's fine.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm blocked. I can't see her daily goings
She
on.
still follows me. We were I don't think I've ever talked about this on your show. Like you, Chrissy, you know that I was like sort of friends with her. Like I
kind of thought I was too.
Yeah, that's why this is hard for me, because I genuinely thought that like I was friends with her, and I'm usually a pretty good judge of character and a pretty good like my bullshit detector is pretty solid. And I wasn't super close with her, so to give myself a little bit of credit, it's not like I had like a super ton of interaction with her or anything like that. But and I still don't know. I don't think we'll ever know the actual truth. But if she doesn't recognize how shady she behaved and the way that she conducted herself and why people would be suspicious, it's just really bizarre to me. Like that's all just really weird. And I don't know. Like it's I don't know. Like I feel very awkward talking about this because I don't like.
No, it's definitely not coming off like you're talking shit, Misty. Like it definitely doesn't.
That's not my intention. I don't, and it's like if you guys want to talk shit, that's fine. You do whatever you need to do or say whatever you. I'm not saying that that's not okay, but
no, it's
for me,
I just don't feel qualified. I don't really know the whole story.
It's a lot
I'm
of
a
lore.
layman, yes.
I can say that I'll say this. Recently, I haven't interacted with her on Twitter or anything in a very long time because frankly, she hurt my feelings because when all of this kicked off, I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, I'm just trying to figure out, like, I'm getting contacted because she was one of the featured speakers at one of my Assange events. So automatically people are contacting me like, oh my God, what do you think about? And I didn't know, like, I had no idea what was going on, what to say, what to believe. And so I just reached out to her and I'm like, can you like just tell me what's going on? And she like pointed me to some legal firm and I'm like, wait, like we're friends. Like, why are you pointing me to some like legal thing? You know what I mean? So that like hurt my feelings. Like she would blow me off in that way. And so I just stopped
like
talking
you're just
to
a
her.
person on Twitter. Like you're
Right.
just
Talk to my lawyer about
exactly.
it. Like,
That's
hey,
exactly
I thought
how
we
it
were getting
came
lunch
off.
next week. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
that's exactly how it came off. It was just you speak to my people or whatever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So I just didn't talk to her. And then recently she tweeted something. Do you think X is a free speech platform? And honestly, I responded to it without even paying attention to who tweeted it. And it was her. And I said, absolutely not, because very clearly it's not. And she then DM'd me like, I don't know why you're responding to me. I've just been leaving you alone because you talked all kinds of shit about me, which is patently false. I avoided speaking about her. I didn't talk about her in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I did not trash talk her. In fact, there's only one thread on Twitter that I wrote about her. And in my opinion, it's incredibly nuanced and fair. And I mean, we can bring it up. You can read it if you want, but it's, I thought I was just being very fair and very balanced about the situation. And so she was trying to accuse me of, talking about her, calling her a pedophile or whatever, which I never did. And when other people would talk about her, I would avoid it and just keep my mouth shut. So I'm over the whole situation. She's just not who she thought she was.
Was it recently that you tweeted this out? I could
the thread.
Yeah.
No, the thread was when all of this initially blew up. I can try to find it.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll try to find it.
Right. And I'm just saying, like, I talked about it for so many weeks because I felt a real responsibility for having her on my show. What was it, 3 or 4 times?
Yeah,
felt like I really knew her. I felt like I did feel kind of hoodwinked. Like, oh man, I got tricked. I thought she was, because she's so
here it is. You want me to
friendly
send it to you?
and charming, and you want to believe someone's.
I'll send it
who
to you in
they are.
It's in the private chat. I just put it in there. I thought it was a very balanced and nuanced position. I didn't make any accusations. I just said what I was feeling. And apparently that was whatever.
Oh God, yeah, this is recently. So I've been staying. Oh no, this was last year. I've been staying out of the Eliza Blue situation in an attempt to get as much info as possible before speaking. I've considered her to be a friend for some time now. I didn't want to react without gathering the best understanding of the situation. Legit concerns. It's up to her to make those clarifications if and when she wants to, which she never really did, in my opinion. What I will be addressing is the apparent censorship that resulted after some people on Twitter, like Venti, questioned her story and timeline using screenshots from a video that she appeared in years ago. If anyone is unclear about what went down with that, feel free to do a search or watch any of the numerous videos that have been done since discussing it. I have gone over the situation in my head over and over again, trying to make sense of it, and I can't. From all the available evidence, it seemed Eliza lobbied World Star Hip Hop to be cast in those videos, signed a release to be in them, was paid for the job, and is on record numerous times bragging about them. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with the videos if that's what she wanted. If there is something else involved that rises to the level of having people silenced simply for posting a screenshot, which is exactly what happened to Venti, and asking a question, that needs to be addressed and explained publicly. No one who posted them broke any laws or TOS. It's truly disturbing that anyone can use their connections at Twitter to have people arbitrarily suspended, banned, or locked out of their account. And even if favors were not called in, reporting people's accounts under false pretenses to get them censored is not okay. Yeah, and this is
I'm a
like,
free
so
speech
easy to
activist.
forget.
Like
Exactly.
I can't. Like it put me in a very awkward position because people were asking me what I thought about it because they knew I was friends with her, and I'm a free speech activist, and here she is getting people censored.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what
So
I mean?
it's like, do you sort of stand up for your friend, give her the benefit of the doubt when she's not even really responding to you on a friend level, or do you just stick to your values and be like, this is a free speech
issue
fuckery?
Could you put your thoughts on it in a music video and then post it? And maybe that would be a little less.
You know,
really alarmed.
Eliza's big mistake was, and if she would have just never done anything, it would have all just disappeared.
Blown over. Yeah.
She would have just never gave any attention to the screenshots and just didn't say anything, just moved on. It's the fact that she got people banned and blocked.
Yes, that was my issue, and that's what I say. Like as I go on, as much as writing this thread pains me, as I genuinely did see Eliza as a friend, I reached out to her to ask for an explanation, received none. I truly believe in free speech. You know, it'd be incredibly hypocritical of me to remain silent on this simply because of my relationship with her. Speaking out may end that friendship, but I have to be consistent.
That is,
Oh, this is so fair, Misty. You're doing
It is.
zero
Yeah, you're
shit
doing
talking.
nothing wrong. It's
And this is the only, like, I mean, I may have giggled at like a joke one of you made here, or like somebody else may have been talking about it on a show that I was on, but to my knowledge, I did not say anything else publicly.
Giggling is involuntary. Funny is funny. You can't help that. Yeah. Just take it in stride.
I really made an effort to just not talk about it because as hurt as I was, or as much as maybe I don't know whether or not or what to believe, I just was trying to it is what it is. I'm not going to go there. And I mean, I tried to be as fair as possible. And
yeah, she lawyered up and kind of took herself away. You know, she kind of put herself above the people. It seemed like the community that she was a part of. Like she just put all this distance between her followers, her friends. Daniel Clancy is somebody I met and gone on his show.
I know
it was
Daniel.
very genuinely hurt by Eliza's reaction.
I reached out to him after that video that he did. That's how we became friends. Because I was like, my guy, I feel the same way. Like, I don't know what to think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, why would you censor people over a voluntarily done music video and then brag about how you always want to be a video vixen, brag about how you got paid, how you're moving on up in the video vixen world?
Chrissy, it's literally something, and we won't say the name. It's what you're describing to me is something that we, in a smaller sphere, that we went through with a former friend of ours. It's exactly that. You bring more light to this. It's something that you did. You voluntarily offered up this information, and then maybe regret what you did, and then it goes like, well.
Everyone's like, hey, there's major holes in your story. You look like you're not who you say you are.
Yeah.
And then instead of like level with people and be like, you know what? Yeah, I I
Right.
did have this past, but now I am doing this work instead of being like, I claim to have been sex trafficked at this time. And now that this kind of ruins the story, I have to get World Star Hip Hop to take the thing down and come after individuals and use my ties at Twitter to censor people, because it's like, you have to cling to that narrative or else it's just too bad. She could have still been, no one is perfect. Not one. It's anytime this happens, like with Jack Murphy or whoever is, a bit of your past gets discovered by someone and it comes to the surface. Like the best way is to like acknowledge it, have a sense of humor about it, be honest about it, own up to it, and then like move on.
Doing a rap video is not. It's not
fine.
untoward. It's fine. Just be like,
It's
yeah,
fine.
it was a different time in my life. Like, what the? If you just no one is. It's not perfect to do a rap video. If you're embarrassed by something, laugh with people. Like, it's all right. It's not.
She should have claimed it was AI.
It's true.
They had
I mean,
the whole in the military. That's how they
the
did it.
whole music video was her in the desert twerking on a
It was AI.
tractor.
It was just AI. Yeah.
Well, I don't
didn't have
understand
AI,
why
body
she
double.
felt like why did she feel the need to like make this whole story about it? Why couldn't she just say, "Oh yeah, I was in a music video that has nothing to do with my story"? Like
people are insane. That's why.
It's because the music video happened during the time she claimed to have been sex trafficked.
People started
That's-
questioning her story and the timeline and digging into it, and then it became
okay.
And then that's why everybody got so suspicious, because people started asking questions and there were no answers. And
Like, yes, the rappers were sex trafficking me. All right, like problem solved. No, just go with the truth, or be like, you know what? Maybe I ignore it, and it would have
At
gone
least say,
away.
oh, my pimp made me do this. All the music video money had to go straight to the pimp, or the pimp dealt with World Star directly. I had no autonomy in the situation. At least like try to make that make sense. And instead, she just attacked the people who were calling her out.
Yeah, going to attack, and when you're caught in a lie, don't attack. You don't. I mean, or just live your life and don't lie. Just be like, ugh.
Well, she said she couldn't talk about it because she was doing legal action or whatever. But where did that go? Has there ever been any?
She's the one who made the legal action. Like she's
I know,
the one who made it
it's ju-
legal. Yeah,
It's just all all very weird, and
You're never going to stop the internet from talking about you.
No.
no.
It's
Just
just
the
like
internet will
No.
happen. Like,
People, this is what I realized today is people think time and attention. We're giving her a lot of attention, and that's what people actually want online.
Oh, we have an update from X-Ray Girl. No topic for next week's Forbidden Frontier. Thank you, Mark the Cyborg.
No.
Hi, Mark.
Wow. Hi, Mark. I know I miss hanging out. We really bonded at the content house. I saw him take off his leg and jump into the hot tub.
yes.
Oh wait, that's Mark.
Mhm.
Mark's
Yes.
a homie. We love Mark.
We do love Mark. He's great.
did the one girl ever get her gutters fixed? I don't know.
Oh yeah, the chick who was like,
You
I
remember
need
that?
$50,000 to fix
my
this
gutter.
roof. And I remember
Yeah.
Frank being like, I think you could just go to Home Depot and
I
like,
could fix
maybe-
that for $50.
Alyssa
Yeah, just-
Milano's son's baseball team doesn't even need $50,000.
And they're going all the way to Cooperstown, y'all. Come on.
God. Well, they each have to play with an autographed glove because it helps
Oh.
their
It
performance.
helps their sports ball abilities.
Yes.
going all the
Mangus,
way
thanks
to
for the super chat. Eliza was the short-haired bubbler butt girl. I think so. I think that's who you're thinking of. The vibrant thing. You know. I'm so glad I kept that drop. All right. Wow. We'll see. I think she did irreparable damage to her reputation.
She could have a comeback. Everybody can have a comeback.
Yeah.
Think.
I think so. I think that it is actually possible. She could have a comeback. I believe in people's comebacks. And I think the best comebacks are from the people who get really humiliated like this.
I believe in people just go aways. Just go away.
Okay, I'll give Eliza Blue
Not
this
teasing.
though. Something that even with all this bullshit can't be taken away from her. She looks good. She's hot.
True. Yeah,
I
she's
just
not
know
on-
nothing of her, so I can't tell. I'll have to
I
go
mean, and
back.
you have to give her credit too. She did do, regardless of what you think about whether or not she was actually trafficked, she did raise a lot of awareness about trafficking.
That is
I mean,
amazing.
that's a great thing that she did, regardless of whatever you believe about her own personal story. She did raise a lot of awareness about trafficking, and that's fantastic. We need to do more of that. So
Kudos to you, Eliza.
I don't think she's a bad person necessarily. I mean, I just think, I don't know. Again, I have
She
very
just
mixed
handled
feelings.
she
It was
handled the
handled
situation
terribly.
really
Well,
bad.
then you also have to tell yourself too, like maybe that career isn't for her. Being a public person isn't for everyone.
Yeah,
Chrissy's at a rave. Don't take the baby to a rave.
Here's it's a
if you're
quirk.
gonna
The
lie and not
TV,
be
the
truthful.
TV remote control, I guess, was made by the same people who made these lights. Because when Frank changes the channel, it throws my lights into seizure mode.
I know. Oh my god!
I guess they're all made at the same factory. That shouldn't happen.
I think we have to believe in having comebacks, because you know what, life is long, and as long as you're still alive, because I feel like that's, if we're just like, oh, you could never come back from something, and it's like, oh, well, then you might as well just fucking kill yourself. If a comeback is never available in life, then just fucking off yourself. We have to believe in something.
No,
even if
anybody
people
can
suck.
have a comeback, unless you're. I mean, well, maybe then there are outliers. Of course, you could have a comeback. If she's like, you know what, I was an idiot. I shouldn't have lied about that, and I got too involved in the chat.
She should own up to it.
Yeah,
and
then
be
she
like,
could come back.
I'm sorry I handled this so poorly. I'm sorry I was dishonest. I'm sorry I censored people, instead of just being like, yeah, there were some holes in my story.
Because I was lying, and
because I was lying, but I still love sex trafficking, and not love
Right,
it, but
right,
like I
and
love
was just
fighting
right,
against it.
Right, people are human, of course. Everybody loves like somebody just be like, you know what, I wasn't in my right head about that, and I do apologize. People love a comeback story, but if you can't handle what somebody with like a much smaller following is going to say about you, and you're going to respond, and then I'm going to get my lawyers, and you better stop saying this, you're never going to erase it. You may as well just be honest and not give a shit what people say about you.
You're just doing the Streisand effect at that point, because that's what made it blow up, was the fact that she got so many people silenced, because then everybody got pissed off about that. And that's what made it get way bigger than it ever needed to be. So she really, I mean, she made it worse for herself. And I mean, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's like, whatever, her story's her story, whatever. But I can't with the censoring. I just can't. I can't do that. And I can't be down with that. And especially not when I invited you to be a featured speaker at a free Assange rally.
That's just rude. Very untoward. Yeah.
That's just not, those things don't go together. You just can't do that. It's not okay.
Did you
I think
feel
she's,
that
she's infamous now?
Yeah.
Did you feel that were you nervous, like, she sort of delegitimized?
No,
the
I mean,
cause
I was pissed. No, because the Assange thing is bigger than Eliza Blue. I mean, to be fair, it's way bigger than Eliza Blue. But I was just pissed that I was more mad at myself that I didn't see through it, and that I was willing to give her a platform on that issue, and wasn't more careful, I guess, more protective of
same. But what are you gonna do? Let me Google this woman who's claimed to have been sex
Well, I
trafficked?
can't
for
do like a
holes in her
hardcore
story.
search to every single person that, I mean, you know, it's just not possible to do that. There's going to be times where you give
You're like,
somebody
who the fuck would lie about that? It
Yeah.
seems
no.
Well, and also I felt like
surprised at what people lie about.
Yeah, her voice I thought was very important too, because you know, there's the two things go very hand in hand. The way that victims are silenced, the way that Assange is being silenced. You know what I mean? Like, it really, I thought, like, lent a very powerful aspect, a very powerful perspective that we don't often hear in that conversation. And so I was excited about that part of it, and I just didn't. I don't know. I just didn't see through it, I guess. But I'm not mad at her. I'm more mad at myself than I am at anybody else. You know what I mean?
Don't be mad at yourself, please. How could you have known?
Don't be mad at yourself. Let's see. I wonder if this would interest anybody. we covered this briefly on when I was on Normal World on Thursday, but this Mark Norman situation. So Mark was, I guess, he's a comic. I think he's a household name at this point. He's doing a show, I guess, a taping at this club in New York City. And then it looked like there was an event and there was panic and fear. And people were like, oh, should we leave? Should we evacuate?
This was
And
weird as fuck.
As it turns out, it's like a prank. Like this production company just created
Was
this.
he in on it?
All right.
That is what remains to
Hey,
know.
how are? What do we got? A mic here? Hey, what's going on? Oh, geez, everything all right? Just want to make sure it's good here.
It's almost like you don't even know what you're looking at.
Oh,
So this
boy.
guy jumps on stage, as people leave, they go, oh, did someone pull a gun out? Is it a bomb threat? Everyone has their phones out, and then they pull Mark off stage.
Oh, boy.
They hear someone get tased outside, and then they rush Mark off. And it's like, if this is a prank, which is, I guess it was, it's not pranky or funny or interesting enough to be a prank.
And I don't know that he was because Mark would have come up with some better jokes. Like he said something like, I don't know. It just seemed odd.
Yeah.
Just stay, get up, get out the taping.
This woman, some people think she was in on it, paid actor. Some people think she has a genuine, terrified reaction.
It all seemed very performed to me. I thought it was a bit initially.
If I was in the audience and thought something was confusing, I would have ran the fuck out or hit the deck. I would have been terrified. Like.
So there is an article about this. Bing, 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 bing. So this is, I guess, a production company that works with Donald Glover. Maybe a prank show that he's doing. Is Donald Glover complicit in the completely lame hoax at Mark Norman's stand-up show? This is out of Cracked.com. This came out 3 days ago. The viral crowd clearing incident from Mark Norman's show at New York Comedy Club on Wednesday is a confirmed hoax. And while the perpetrators of the publicity stunt haven't revealed their true identities, we're willing to bet that they picked their aliases from a Wu-Tang Clan name generator. Videos from Norman's cut short set at Manhattan Theater spread confusion across the online comedy community all day yesterday. In the audience recorded clips, a panicked man in a beanie hops on stage in the middle of Norman's set and stands there awkwardly until a security guard drags him off by the arm. A moment later, the show's producers take the microphone out of Norman's hand and usher him out of the venue before a woman instructs the audience to quickly exit as well. Both Norman and New York Comedy Club issued Instagram apologies for the incident yesterday, in which they clarified that the show's producers staged the strange disturbance, identifying the group responsible as Hi Hi. The page named in the publicity stunt also seemingly took responsibility for the other semi-viral incidents, including the heist of custom sneakers in an art exhibition and the Tyra Banks furry sandwich at a recent Brooklyn Nets game, giving no indication of their intentions beyond the byline, "Would you risk it to have it all?" Hi Hi appeared to be a stupid, pretentious attempt at going viral, perpetrated by a bunch of wannabe influencers. Well, judging by Donald Glover's recent Instagram stories, Hi Hi is actually a stupid, pretentious attempt at going viral, perpetrated by one of the most powerful mega corporations on the planet. The whole scheme is just a promotion for Glover's upcoming Amazon Prime video series, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. How disappointing. As explained in a recent Vanity Fair profile, the streaming series adapted from the 2005 Brangelina film by the same name is built off the premise that Glover and Pen 15 co-creator Maya Erskine play wannabe spies recruited. Why do they have to race swap and redo Mr. and Mrs. Smith? I mean, like, you're never going to get better than the original.
Well, I mean, Mr. and Mrs. Smith was based on War of the Roses, right? Wasn't it? So like, it's a third redo. 2 white ones, and now they need 2 more different race
to even it out. They play wannabe spies recruited by a mysterious organization they call Hi Hi, which they named after the greeting the entity sends the two. Last night, Glover reposted clips from the Hi Instagram page and on his own story, including videos of the Normand incident, the courtside furries, and the sneaker boosters, along with a screenshot from TMZ article covering the comedy show publicity stunt. So yes, the group that roped Normand and New York Comedy Club into their dumb shit prank is desperately trying to go viral, but instead of a bunch of internet addicted wannabe influencers being behind the disturbances, it's an internet addicted already A-lister and his derivative spy show that are begging New York to notice them. Ugh, how disappointing and lame.
Yeah.
It was poorly executed.
Yes.
And just unnecessary.
It would have scared the fucking shit out of me. I would have been I don't know, not traumatized. I wouldn't complain, but I would have been like,
people are on edge. Yeah. This has real serious, especially now in 2024, very serious like legal and sort of moral implications,
especially in New York.
Purposely scaring people at a time where people are fucking on edge. You should be happy people left their damn apartments to go to a comedy show.
Yeah. Right. Bullets just went careening past my window. I will never be the same. If I see a flinch, I'm like, what is going on? But if I were Mark Norman, I'm certainly not Mark Norman. I can't imagine he was in on this. I
think he had
a really
to be.
Odd reaction. Yeah.
How did he had to be in on it?
Well, he's probably being very careful about what he says right now because if there are lawsuits, anything he says,
this would piss me off. If I came out for the night, paid money to go see a show, sat down, and then they pulled some dumb shit like this, and I had to sit there and watch this dumb stuff go on, and then get rushed out of the theater as if there was some emergency. I'd be pissed. You just ruined
I think it was a free show. I think, wasn't it?
I think so. It's like
regardless,
a free taping.
Even if you go to a free show,
don't
feel your night. To go through the struggle of being oh, sorry, you're in a dangerous situation now. Time to leave. That's traumatizing. Nobody wants to go through that.
And I'm sure the drinks weren't free, so they are spending money and their time and getting cabs or subways to get there.
No, it didn't matter that it was a free show, but they may have told, if it's the production company was like, Mark, would you please come? I'm just spitballing here. Something crazy might happen. We're filming something or whatever, but I don't know. I can't imagine. He didn't seem anywhere. It wasn't funny. Everybody just seemed weird about it. And in the extended version of the video, people were like, wait, so are you saying we can leave? Should we leave?
Yeah. Can we leave?
Or should we stay? Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. And that particular comedy club, there's just that one way out.
It's small. Well, they're all sort of small and cramped. That's what's great about
they are. They're all in basements and things. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just you're stuck in there. I would have been they took him off stage, so they took the talent and left us peons here.
Right.
What's going on? I would have been so mad.
But they were leaving the audience in there to watch them squirm because they wanted to see people freak out, which is
it was weird.
Very icky.
I would have ran right out the door as soon as they got Mark off stage. I'm out, not happening.
Dave Chandler said, staging an incident like that is so stupid. What if someone in the crowd thought it was a real threat? We pack heat here in the South, morons. Well, no one packs any heat in New York City.
Not in New York, yeah.
I have a heart condition. You don't know if I'm gonna. What if you scared me so bad? And I'm a little bit skittish in general. What if I had a heart attack?
Yeah. Ugh, it's just
people could have freaked out and started stampeding out the door. Somebody could have got trampled. It could have been a whole host of shit. I mean, regardless, it's just a shitty thing to do. It's not funny. It's not I don't understand the point. I'm really struggling to see the point.
Well, because we're talking about the show, I guess, but will this be some sort of part of the show? I don't know.
The point is to get attention. I'm telling you guys.
Yeah.
The internet is all about attention.
Lila.
Yes, I am a professor. Class is in session. Yes. Okay. Think about all the time you spend on your phone and what you're constantly looking at. The whole internet is fighting for your attention. In fact, we are fighting for everybody here's Sunday night attention, and we want them all to watch SimpCast. I mean, we are competing with the entire internet right now, but look how many people we have in here. So I think we're doing pretty well.
I should stage a strange event.
You should.
Maybe I could have Frank turn off the lights or something.
You should go into labor on camera.
You should have while you're live streaming at 4:00 in the morning, bullets careen past your window and have to.
I could get naked
People
when it comes
accused
down
me
to
of
it.
making that fake. I couldn't make it up. So, I mean, but yeah, no. The first thing people thought was like, "Oh yeah, that was completely fake." Why would I do such a thing? But I guess this is why. So,
Like I paid a thug to shoot bullets.
oh, they had all
past my
mattered.
window.
saw
Like,
your
Lila was
reaction. That
outside
was
with,
not
like
fake.
blocks of wood or something. I'm like, what?
No, I saw your reaction. That was definitely not fake. You were terrified.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, but right. That's
This
that's
is
real life. Yeah.
so smart. I want to do a Gallagher-esque fake water breaking at the Jersey show.
Yeah.
Keanu. I'll tuck some sort of device up my skirt and
Right,
then
and
I'll
be
just
like,
sort of clap it on someone.
And that'll be cool. I think that'll be iconic. You can make it work.
Oh my god.
When are you due again?
April 19th.
April 19th. Do you have a name picked out? You don't have to say it if you don't want, but do you have a-
Oh, we're zeroing in. We're pretty sure about
that's
a
hard.
couple.
It's so hard to pick a name. Like naming a child, like that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
You know what you could do? Just name it Mark Normand. One word, and then it would get all the internet's attention. Yes.
Or like
Yeah.
J-Lo.
The internet's very finicky though. They're going to be moved on within the next, 7 hours. Something else will happen and people will be focused on something else.
When the host gets you off stage, you should just hug the host and like be like, "You popped it," and then just continue on with your set. Like woman keeps going, powers through hour-long
Yes.
headlining set, even
I'll have a
though
water balloon and then
Mhm.
like a fake baby up my
Just be like,
skirt,
the
and I'll
show
pull
must
it
go
out of it.
on.
What did you do?
and then you just plop it down on the stool.
Yeah,
and
I'll just put it in my
fly.
purse. Be like, he'll just
Put it in my
there.
purse.
Keanu had a dream that I gave birth early, and I just put it in my purse, and I'm like, it'll be fine.
She just put it in her purse by her laptop and just carried it around to the rest of the places we were going that day, which it seemed wrong, but accurate. Like, well, no, we have to get to the Blaise. So, and then, she took care of it.
Like, I have things to do. Am I going to cancel things?
I was using my new laundry machine and it's a front loader.
Yes, talk about your new machine,
It's
Lila.
super nice, but it's mesmerizing. I was just like looking into it and washing the clothes. But I literally thought, I'm like, what would happen if you put a baby in there? And I was like, that's not okay. Why would I think that thought?
Yeah.
Intrusive thoughts.
Well, there are people
Yeah.
who have put like
Yes.
used animals, put animals in there, and like it is horrible.
Babies do tend to get sticky, I suppose. So I guess,
It's better just to hose them down though. Just hose them
But
down.
I love my new washing machine. I feel like I was thinking about how the last 10 years of my washing machine experience in life, this is the nicest machine I've ever had. It's nice.
It
not to
sounds like
feel
code
it.
for vibrator.
Yes.
The front loader, yeah.
I love my front loader.
I'm a front loader too.
So
I was a
funny.
back loader in college.
I know.
Hey, we all experiment.
We all go through that phase though.
Yeah.
Yes, who doesn't? Life is about experiences after all.
Is Lila and Keanu, you guys did great on the show on Thursday. It was so
We had the
so
best
much
time.
fun.
We really did.
We were so busy. It was we did the Blaise. Lila hit a man.
What? You're so strong, Lila.
I punched him.
Love it.
What?
Yeah.
She punched
you
Ontarius.
pack a punch, my gosh. Yeah.
You do. I was impressed.
Why did you punch a man?
I asked if I could.
She
punch
asked
him.
permission. She got consent.
Okay.
He
Well,
tried to front
why?
load her.
Well, you know Alex's show. It's like Zoobly Zoo. It's like Pee-wee's Playhouse. Anything can happen.
It's fun. I like the unknown.
Anything can happen. I need like I need what Keanu has, like a thing.
An arm stand.
It fell off the table the other day.
Yes, you either
yesterday.
need like a desk stand, Lila, or an arm stand.
I've got a TV tray.
Has this been the way your microphone has been the whole time?
Just like here. Yep.
Yeah, you need a stand.
It has legs. Look, it has. Hold on. Fuck. Ugh. It has little legs.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cute.
I could hold it like this.
No, you need a proper stand.
Yeah, I need a stand or like another little table situation. I don't know. There it is.
I mean, it sounds good. Even.
But I just got a new camera. That's what's going on here. This thing.
Love
Ooh, it looks good.
Good.
Yeah, it does look really good.
I put it on a
It
stand.
looks really, really good. Zato, thank you for the orange boy. RFK Jr., like Katharine Hepburn going over a railroad tracks on a riding lawnmower. Nick DePaul. Oh, he's funny. We love Nick. Uncle Nick. Yeah, good times. We love Texas. We didn't have a typical Texas time. We did not go to the boot barn or
we can only pack so many things into one day, and also it was very gray, and you're a million years pregnant, and
it was shit.
And we did a lot. So we didn't. What didn't we accomplish? Nothing. We could have done some shopping, I suppose.
We could have done shopping. That's the only thing that we didn't do.
We didn't hit a zoo.
We could have, if I was on the fence about renting a car and driving us to Austin to do like InfoWars, like every other time I've been in Texas, but I think
I don't think it would have
too much.
Well, with the schedule, like we talked about that too. I don't think it could have worked really.
We would have had to have done that Friday. If they even have shows on Friday, they might. They must.
We barely slept, if that tells you anything.
We went to bed at 3 and 4 o'clock every night.
Yeah, we really
did the same thing when we were in San Diego. Remember your last night? We were like laughing.
Yeah, that was when we were talking.
Or even we didn't
getting
for 2 weeks. From
Same thing in San Diego. Me and Lila went to OAN like every day. We felt like we worked there by the end of the week.
We did work there, and I am open to working there. If they would like to hire me, I will move to San Diego.
Hit him up.
You'd move back to California?
To San Diego, I would move to San Diego. San Diego is just something else.
San Diego's like the cool,
I like San Diego.
responsible older brother to LA. It's like it has a job, it's stable, it's not so gay.
Eric said he's down to move to San Diego, so you know what, San Diego, I would go
Maybe
back.
you just manifest it and just move there and see what happens. You know.
Well, I would keep our house in Texas, and then I would just have a house in San Diego.
Oh, right. You just got the front loader, but maybe you could take it with you.
Right, the front loader.
No, I don't have a front loader in San Diego. I'll have 2 front loaders. That's what we'll do. I mean, if we're gonna manifest, let's go big, ladies. I'll get a private jet. I'll get my truck.
Have a front loader on every coast.
Yeah, we could put a front loader on the PJ, right?
Exactly. Ooh. Yeah, it was beautiful there in San Diego. It did feel like we're really more tropical.
You know what? The whole week that I was there with Chrissy, I was like I took a shit every single morning. It was the most regular I have ever been.
It's relaxing. I haven't been in years.
I have not had that regular of shits in 2 years. And we get to San Diego, and I took 7 shits the whole week. It was amazing. I don't know about you guys. I am not regular, okay? So the fact that I went every
no woman is regular.
I was like, this is a sign. This is great. I once went a month without taking a shit. I went to the doctors. I thought something was extremely wrong, and they were like, you're just constipated. Here's some prune juice.
You need a bumper sticker that says, like, I left my colon in San Diego or something. I left my large intestine.
San Diego makes me shit.
Yeah.
I left my shit.
Slides right out.
I love my shits in San Diego.
Bumper stickers that says colon exist.
Yeah.
I think a good dump is like a great orgasm. You know, like that's how good.
Well, this is why men are happier than women, because they're going every day, multiple times a day.
Plenty of men are constipated. They have to be.
At my peak, at my best physical peak, I was going 3 times a day, and I'm talking serious, nice, glorious dumps, and they were just definitely something to write home about. I was taking photos of this. They were nice.
That's what men do. Yeah. Once, if there's any constipated men in the chat, put a F's in the chat if you're a constipated man. I'll be shocked.
Well, I mean, I guess I never thought about it before. But
No,
men have to
men,
be
everything's
constipated.
working better on men. They don't get cold. They don't have circulation issues. They're dumping every day.
And they're jizzing everywhere,
They're not
right?
too emotional. They're coming. Everything's flowing.
Oh, God. If I could ever get back to 3 dumps in a day, I would just be the happiest person.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. Well, I was hiking. I was doing a lot of
Fine,
hiking. I was doing a lot of juicing. I mean, I was going on a
That'll do
6
it.
a.m. hike in Los Angeles. I was drinking about a liter of water first thing in the morning. A whole bunch of
that's the key.
juice. And I mean, these were the healthiest of poops that
Not a
you feel in
single
the-
F in the chat. There's not one constipated man in this
And I'm
chat.
telling
What does that
you,
tell you?
the poop would slide right out when I would wipe my ass. There'd be nothing on the toilet paper. It was a perfect fucking
You were
dump.
that's a good poop.
I was
yeah.
ghost
Pooping is the
pooping,
height.
talking, and then just nice, beautiful dumps that would like beautiful brown logs that would sink to the bottom. It was great. They weren't floating, nothing weird.
Are they
was happening.
supposed to? I don't know.
Look at the poop. There's a poop chart. It'll tell you the different types. I had the perfect one.
I can't face it.
20
And also, I drink no water.
I haven't had a good shit since
Oh my God.
2018. Okay. 2018, 2019. Everything went to hell in 2020. I really haven't shit properly since then, except for the week in San Diego that I had with Chrissy. Those 7 days, I thought shit was back to normal. I get back to Dallas and then it
Well, fuck the front loader. That in and of itself is a reason to move to San Diego. My God.
right, this is
Get that
now-
shit out of your body, man. Just
This
move to
is
San
now a
Diego
medical
and just sit on a
show.
toilet.
This is a medical show now.
I
Well,
had type
this is-
4. I had
instead
number
of
4.
Instead of Professor Lila, it's Dr. Lila.
Yes.
I had
welcome
number
to
4.
the SimpCast
3
medical
times a
show.
day. That number 4.
Lila
That's
Hart,
what that one is.
Yeah.
Like a sausage or
So,
a snake, smooth and
are
soft.
these-
That was the one.
Is 7 like you're the most hydrated and number 1 is you're the least hydrated?
I guess.
The first one looks like goat poop.
What is
Or
the good
rabbit
one?
poop,
What's
yeah.
the
I
good
am
one to
having
have?
type 1. I'm pooping like a rabbit right now. It's just it's
Yeah.
not good. It's coming out in pebbles. It's just
Which
full
one
of
tells
shit.
you have cancer? I just don't want that one. I
Number 1.
I think it varies because like it depends. Like, do you have blood in your stool? Like, I think that's
No,
probably a
I mean,
sign.
I don't
of
know.
cancer.
All right,
Look at
type
it.
1 and 2 are bad and they've been sitting in there a long time.
Number 7 is Taco Bell.
Entirely
Somebody said that in the
good.
chat. Accurate as fuck.
Okay, you're constipated if you're doing 1 and 2.
That's
basically.
me right now. That's
Yeah.
where I'm at.
I
I was doing number 3
It
and
could be
4 in San
stress
Diego.
or illness, stress. It's always stress. 3 and 4 are healthy. So 3 and 4, if it's a sausage with cracks or a snake, smooth and soft.
I
Those
was
are
doing
the good-
snakes 3 times a day. I was snaking it up. It was great.
Like a sausage with cracks.
Okay.
Ugh.
Soft
Okay.
blob.
Signs of diarrhea 5 and 7. What am I doing? Is it disgusting or is this medical?
This is very informative.
Frank is grossed out.
Dude, the thing is, men don't actually poop, just women.
Say this is disgusting.
Men don't poop, just women. Only women have
No,
buttholes, really.
see, men don't have to think about this because men don't get constipated. They just go and they don't think about it. They just
That's
live
not
their
true.
lives.
There has to be a man that's constipated. And
No,
they
not one in this chat.
Well,
know,
they
it's
just
because
like
of
that. They're
our
not constipated because
hormones.
they're sending pictures of it to each other. So they look forward to pooping. You know.
They do.
I once had a poop that was like this big, and I was so happy about
Was it in San Diego?
It was your size.
It was so fucking huge. I was like, I definitely could carry a baby. Cause this thing was massive. I could not believe it had come out of me, and I felt amazing. I felt so good. I felt so healthy.
You probably lost 5 pounds.
Oh my god, my stomach was like so flat and sexy. I was like, it was great. I drank pickle juice. That was what helped.
Oh, I love drinking
Okay.
pickle juice.
All right.
Probiotics.
Gotta get pickle juice. Well,
He's feverishly clicking.
We did get to this topic somehow. Jeremy Parkhurst received the ultra-right conservative calendar in the mail the other day. Oh, so did I. Great calendar. Want to get Anna's calendar, and SimpCast should have one. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. Yeah, how would we do that? We just say everyone take their own photos and
Just share pictures of poop.
There you go. You
Yes,
can have a poop calendar.
Yes, the poops of
Poopcast.
SimpCast. Simon Ho, curious how regular Lila will be in San Francisco. Oh, because it's
This is
even
no
more
longer
gay.
SimpCast.
Chris
It's the
Ford likes
Poopcast.
poop. He wrote a book all about poop.
Yes, I have that book too. It's a great book.
I'm a parent. I have Everybody Poops, that book.
Gregory Lieber, I am currently pooping. See, this is a poop.
See,
I always wonder how many people are watching that are like taking a shit.
Taking a poop? Yeah.
This talking about poop, it's really a movement. You know, we've really inspired something here.
Not now, Charles.
Oh shit.
This is gross.
Shit. My bra is like stabbing me in the ribs. Okay.
All right, I need to go to bed, y'all. I'm old and tired.
That
I'm
note,
sorry.
on that note, let's put my lights back into seizure mode.
Yay.
That's too much.
Less
Okay,
seizure.
that's perfect. Here we go. Ooh. We will find you. What's coming up?
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Just my show. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Eastern, TNT Radio. It's a good time. It's not a good time. We talk about, it's like politics. It's hard stuff. Hardcore stuff.
Not for the weak.
It's not SimpCast. I just want to make it clear. It's not a lot of fun. Sometimes it's fun. I mean, sometimes I just have cool people on and we just rant about crazy shit, but...
Do you talk about your poops?
I don't think I've ever talked about my poops. I don't think on my show, no.
It's a great show. It's very legitimate.
Yeah. Totally
I love
legitimate.
it.
It's
The
not
hair
all
looks
that legitimate. It's not. It's I have legitimate people on. I talk to legitimate people. I myself am not all that legitimate, but
yes, you are. You're the most legitimate person here. Keanu, darling, where can people find you? What's coming up this week?
Darling, just so we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Keanu Cast. It's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, at 8 p.m. or 7 or 8 p.m. And then I will be with you, Chrysanthemum, on February the 24th at Tiff's in Morris Plain. And then the day before that, I'm at some gig with Visconti in New Jersey. And you can look at my Instagram. It's just Keanu C. Thompson. Subscribe on my YouTube. And no, I'm not cooking tonight. If I do a stream, it'll be a pop-up one. But you never know with me. So
I love it. I love it. Ashton, Birdie, Blaise.
I give my real name now. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram as the Ashton Blaise. I am also on OnlyFans, which you can find the link for on my Twitter or Instagram. And on my OnlyFans, I do stream 5 days a week. And
You streak?
Well, I do streak and stream. I do that on stream. But yeah, so I just go hang out with me there.
I love it. Thank you, Ashton. And I like that. Is that a new light on your wall?
Yeah, so it's actually the light from Batman Forever.
Ooh.
You know
cute.
Michelle Pfeiffer, and she has it says hello there, but it says hell here because she's.
The O is out.
Yeah.
I love it. It's very cute, very sassy.
Thank you.
Professor Lila, what's coming up for you?
What's coming up for me? I don't know. Oh, I have a show. I have a stream show. I'm trying to get my watch time hours up. I have a stream called Small Talk Live Stream, and I'm also gonna do a stream show called Late Night Lila, which is my after hours stream where we talk about spicy things like poop. So I'm probably gonna stream after this and continue the poop conversation. So if you wanna hang out, I'll be up for an hour. I need watch time hours. So.
It's a movement. It really is.
It's a poopment.
Yes.
On YouTube.
I love it. Subscribe and follow everybody here. Yes. I wonder if I should announce. Maybe. Hold on. I have to mute myself for a second.
Wait, with bated breath.
I know,
All right, maybe I'll do that in like a few weeks.
So anticlimactic.
Hope no lip readers were watching. Yes, come, of course, every Monday. Watch The Wet Spot on Compound Media. Tomorrow we have Piper Press, Madeline Moon, and Matt Marin. Then I got a bunch of interviews lined up for this week, like Lisa Reynolds from SimpCast, Clayton Fletcher, Malcolm Flex is this week, Kat Kanara, a lot of people. Ooh, and then it's Groundhog Day on Friday. Look at that. And then come see me at Tiff's Ale House in Morris Plains, New Jersey, Saturday, February 24th for my final Prager headlining show. And then maybe I'll do spots in the city and stuff. I certainly won't just idle till April. I'm not going to just sit here with my legs open waiting to give birth.
With your womb in your hand.
Like a loser. Yeah. Oh, Patrick T, I'm pooping. Congrats. Sam, I love the show. Good night, lovelies. We love you, Sam. And Neo, King Louis. Oh, what is this? Hieroglyphics. The 14th of France was a fan of daily enemas. No wonder he was known as the Sun King. Someone that regular would surely have a sunny disposition. Wow, what a fun fact. Yes, of course. And then, as always, every Friday, watch Friday Night Tights, 4 p.m. Eastern on Nerdrotics YouTube channel. And thank you for watching SimpCast. We appreciate and simp for you, the viewer. We love you, and we will see you next time. Bye.